Grimy shit. Damn. Damn. Grimy shit.
Get him, bro.
We in the club not caring. Out with your bitch in the fucking McLaren. Take her back to the crib, have a cheek split. Like two divorced motherfucking parents. Yeah, we out here, dog, in a beat while it's snaring. Yeah, I'm out here killing it if that ain't apparent. Get with it, bitch. Yeah, we feel it, bitch. I have your chick getting hit like Michael Jackson with a fucking switch. In your ass all night, yeah, do it like that. Yeah, we all know fright. 3 bosses in a room, fuck a bitch, kept sweet like a motherfucking broom, bitch.
Just got my hands all on the bag. Feeling bad, missing moms and my dad. What's that? Creeping in the darkness, it's me. Pulling up, that's the sound that spark me some tree. I'm high, higher than a kite, higher than the stars, darker than the night. I don't give a fuck if you really wanna fight. We can get it, guns or some knives.
Sex and I'm hitting it like this.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm hitting it like that.
Damn, Danny.
From the back. Then I hear that fucking coochie go. That ain't great. Queefing on the mic. Queefing in the day. Queefing on the night. Queefing your whole life. You like it when I do it like this?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. You like it when I do it like this?
Yes,
you do.
Feeling like that, damn. Like it when I feel it like this.
Oh, man.
That's probably my favorite song in a long time because we just didn't give a fuck.
No, we gave 0 fucks
You
on
like
that,
when I
dude.
do it like this?
You like Brenda? Yes, you do.
You like it like this?
Goals.
Oh, man.
That was mad funny.
First things first, if you want to hear songs like that, come to my show Thursday, Brooklyn. Baby's All Right is the name of the venue, Brooklyn, New York City. Thursday. Tickets are almost sold out, so go get some tickets.
And we're all gonna be there. I'm going this
Michael's going to be there. Jared's going to be there.
You're coming with.
Joe Santagato's going to be there.
Stop.
time. Damn, I want to see JoJo.
I'm a big deal, guys. So,
JoJo.
sorry, leaked the beans.
Jose Lito.
Sorry, Joe, using you to sell tickets, buddy. Fuck off. Love you, though, dude. Love you, dog.
Love you, Joey.
Yeah, so welcome back to the LoPriore podcast. Jared's still here. I guess he just lied to all of us.
Lied.
So,
Broke
Yeah, you're
the
right.
internet.
yeah, I think I'm out of breath from all that thrusting.
Dude,
Yeah, that
you
was
were
crazy.
going in.
I was horny in that song.
I know.
It's when you find a pocket in a song and you get really horny.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Go
back
for
off.
it.
You
Yeah,
hit your
right,
your
right.
Thug Red or whatever her
Right.
name is.
Yeah.
Sexy red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thug Red. That sounds like a fucking like a fucking energy drink you find in the
Thug
hood.
Red.
Yeah.
She's like, got a can.
Yeah.
of
That
Thug
sounds
Red.
Stop at this gas station. I'm gonna grab me 2 cans of that Thug Red.
That sounds like something the other Kelsey brother asked fucking Ice Spice at the game. Like, do you
Oh my
do
God.
songs with Thug Red?
Oh my God, what did you say last night when it fucking had me dying? We were watching the game.
What?
Someone said something like,
I
yo,
said that if Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift and Ice Spice all had a threesome, that would be like putting like Frank's Red Hot on like potato salad.
it's just orange
Because my
spice.
friend messaged me like, "Do you think they're gonna fuck Ice Spice?" And I was like, "What the fuck? Why would they fuck Ice?"
I feel like weirder things have happened.
I mean,
Travis
that's
did
true.
used to date black chicks.
That's
Oh,
true. Yeah,
okay.
he did.
So he's
yeah,
got it.
he
He's
did.
got it in
Yeah,
him.
he did. She's so hot too.
Yeah.
Who's the
Thick bad black baddie.
what was her name?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, she's very, 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 very. She was tall, sexy,
Tall,
thickness.
thick, hot.
He's a
super
big
thick.
guy, bro.
Yeah, I forget that he's 6'5",
Probably
270,
Yeah.
and she's 5'11", negative 270, probably.
Who's that? Who, Taylor?
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, she's 5'11". I looked it up.
So
Yeah,
there
she's
was a video of her that came up at one of her shows recently. And we'll get back to the Super Bowl. Like where wind like blew up her skirt and it looked like she was wearing fake ass cheeks or a diaper.
Oh, I
Really?
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like weird. They're weird looking underpants, but they're probably. I don't know. Like,
It could be a diaper though, like so she can like pee on stage, Mabes.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
weird that it's weird that with
I'm gonna wear a diaper on Thursday.
Are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
I mean,
The show?
No.
Yeah, no, that's
I was
weird.
like,
The set's not long enough.
Damn, I was like, should I wear
If
one?
the show's
I would just be
going really bad, I'll pee my pants.
just to break,
Yeah, just to get the
break it
crowd
out.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I'll piss my
just
pants.
stare at everyone and see the dark
Yeah, right.
fucking shadows start appearing.
What song is this? It's called "Pee My Pants."
Yeah, it's called pee pants.
Yeah. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Last night's Super Bowl was the first Super Bowl where it was the most boring, exciting game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it started getting better, and I was gonna text you and be like, "Do you think it's like getting better now?" Because me and Jared were fucking getting into it towards.
I was getting into it. I was
towards the end.
Yeah, I was rooting for San Fran. I mean, I felt more, that likely that the Chiefs were going to win, but I was rooting for San Fran. There was no real offense. Like that's why it wasn't a very exciting game.
It was a boring game. I fell asleep.
Did you?
At the end of the second quarter, I fell asleep, and then Selena woke me up for Usher. Who I
Yeah.
think
That's
Usher-
when it started getting better. I was just gonna say that's when shit started turning around.
I'm just gonna put it like this: if Usher were to ever touch my wife like that,
Dude,
I would punch my wife in the face.
Dude, there were no.
I'm not sure
And
if I could
There were
do
no.
Usher.
and
There were,
apologize to
there were
Usher.
no.
Yeah.
There were no flags during that game until the halftime show.
Yeah, I
With
know.
Usher. Those are the only flags.
My thing is, I get it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And Swizz Beats even said like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
we're
he
like,
was like-
it's like we're not worried. Yeah, it was mad weird. Don't smell my wife, dude.
No, the one.
Does that make us insecure because we don't want
No.
some dude to pretend hold our wife?
No.
First off, I thought people said it's okay to have some insecurities. I know some insecurities are really bad.
yeah, you need them.
But here's another thing. I don't know, man. If someone touches my wife and he looks like he's 13 again during it, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
He looks so. You see how happy he
That's
was?
what I'm saying. He looked like he remembered every time they've had sex before she got married.
Yeah, he's so happy.
Did they date?
No,
No,
but they made
but-
that song together. You know how these fucking people are, dude.
I gotta be honest. I think as far as the showmanship and the entertainment side of it goes, and the theatrics, you kind of have to expect that from Usher.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
the reason that it's such an easy target is because Usher he's number one probably R&B artist ever.
We can
right?
go- we can go-
Like, the guy is just a hit machine.
Yeah.
but he's also a creep.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's been all over the internet recently, just like flexing on dudes like while they're with their chick by like grinding up on their chickens and shit. I'm like, this dude is just on that wave.
Yeah.
Of fucking with dudes. And
It's basically
messing
the
with their
number one
minds.
scenario that you would never want to happen if you were just at the club.
Yeah.
And someone like that comes up with like his jacket like up
Yeah.
to his nipples. You know
See,
what I mean?
I would-
He's wearing like gloves.
Don't go
I
to my wife.
would first of all, there were many times during the halftime show where Usher looked very zesty.
Yes, but
He was looking super zest.
yeah, but he,
Yeah, R&B's like that. R&B
Yeah.
singers are, and unless you're listening to like fucking
Yeah.
Tank.
yeah.
Tank's like, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Like,
Or,
fucking
or
dr-
Jaheim.
Yeah, or
they're,
Jaheim,
yeah,
yeah.
they're jailhouse R&B.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
jailhouse.
Yeah, they are. They're fucking like, they like singing into Shanks and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's for like microphones.
Yeah, right. Just like, yo, pass me that.
Well,
stick.
Jaheim did go to jail, didn't he?
Yeah, fucking D'Angelo was in jail.
Yeah,
like,
D'Angelo
a
went to
bunch
jail.
of those dudes. Life Jennings was in jail. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, Life
Yeah.
Jam. That was his whole thing too, wasn't it? Like I think
it was kind of like it kind of played off of
Yeah,
that.
I just feel like I would, if I was ever at his Vegas residency with my wife and he tried to dance with my wife, I would flip it and start dancing on him.
Yeah,
you like when I
Yeah,
fucking
you like
like
when I
that?
do
yeah, that was a great
Usher?
show, man. He's like, what are you
Usher?
doing, man? And you're
Yeah,
like,
like, comes up to my fucking wife.
By
I'm
the
like,
way-
I'm dancing on Usher's dick.
by the way, Confessions, 20 million units sold, and he went diamond for that. It was 10 times platinum.
Dude,
and then
he's
into diamond.
he's number one R&B artist. His
in the last 20 years.
yeah, you can't fuck with him.
No.
He's up there, and
He's-
then the unmentionable. Are we allowed to even say
Chris Brown?
RK?
Radio killer.
Yeah, are we allowed to say RK? RK.
The Pied Piper.
Yeah, is talking about creeps and monsters. I mean, hit machine.
Well, I was looking up the artist last night. Like, in the last 20 years, he is probably the most dominant, I would think. Like, even Chris Brown had like a 2-time platinum. Rapaturnt Sanga was like, I think it was like gold, but
Yeah.
then he did Epiphany, and then I think that was 2 million.
And then he made an album that had like Yeah, no, he's,
Right?
Yeah, he's super platinum.
But he
People were
moved,
talking-
remember, because he started rapper first in Florida, then he went to R&B, and then it just fucking took off.
Yeah.
But then he did auto-tune, which influenced 808s,
Yeah, of course.
which is crazy.
Influence 808s.
Yeah, it
is 808s.
practically, it's like the took
DNA
the whole
of it.
thing, yeah.
Kanye and T-Pain have a song together called Flight School.
Yeah.
That never came out, but it came out kind of.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking good.
Can you
Yeah, it's amazing.
Can you get it on Apple?
Yeah,
like,
no,
iTunes
no.
and
You
shit?
can't get it on there. It's on YouTube. It's just like
Okay.
one rough draft. And when we were at his show, I asked him, I was like, yo, bro, I just have to ask you one question. Is there a finished version to Flight School? And he was
Yeah.
like, nah, that's it. He's like, what's out there? That's all there is.
Really?
I was like, fuck.
I've never heard it.
I was hoping that there was a full version to that song. But yeah, man, the Super Bowl is entertaining to me. I do think the day after the Super Bowl should be a national holiday.
Like,
I think
just a time to rest.
I think it should be like an American holiday because first of all, that game started at 6:30 last night. The game wasn't over. I know it went into overtime, but gee whiz.
Yeah, it was around 11 o'clock. That it was.
And the biggest problem was too about the overtime is nobody knew the rules.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there. I'm like, why aren't they calling a timeout?
right.
I was like, this doesn't
because
make,
they
it
were
doesn't
going to
make
go
any
into
sense.
another quarter.
Yeah, but
It's
I
like
was
you
like,
start a whole new game. It's weird.
it's very strange.
It's playoff thing.
Yeah, but my thing is, it's still sudden death if a defense scores a touchdown.
Yeah, that's what,
So I'm like, okay, so that kind of makes sense. And then I was like, wait, so like a field goal, so they could kick a field goal and tie it and then keep playing?
Yeah.
Like the entire world had no idea. NFL is an overtime problem. They have a huge overtime problem. They should just play until someone scores a touchdown.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
No
It's
field
always
goals.
been very confusing.
Yeah, they should just go and be like, hey, guys. Or they switch to the college,
Yeah.
the Kansas City shootout,
Yeah.
which is fucking entertaining.
Even
as
till
shit.
this day, like,
how does that go?
So you start at the 30-yard line
Okay.
or the 35-yard line, and you can score a touchdown or a field goal. Then the other team goes from their 30-yard line and tries to match it. So it's not timed. It's just scores. It's just based on
Gotcha.
points.
Gotcha.
Like the clock didn't matter last night. Get rid of it.
yeah, they added
that's
like 8. What do they add to it? What do they add like 8, whatever a regular quarter is, right?
Yeah, well, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was just like, why are they not doing like if the time doesn't matter, get rid of it. Who cares?
Right.
You got people like trying to like clock manage and time manage. Like, why are you having timeouts?
Am I the only person?
Get rid of the clock.
Am I the only person that's annoyed every time they would go to Taylor Swift?
They've been doing that all year,
No,
though.
everybody does
They've-
that.
they've
you
been
know what's
doing it
more?
all
You
year.
know what's more annoying? Patrick Mahomes doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what is that? Is that a nervous tick?
Talking about
Or-
zesty.
Yeah. Well, he just always runs like he has to poop.
Yeah.
He's always just like
Yeah. He had like a little poopy thing
he
going
has a
on.
little zesty after poop.
a little poop run.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
running all over the place last night. But I don't know what this is. Like, is this like come here or like give me the play or is that like a nervous tick that? he
Yeah.
has?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like it.
Every play is like this.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah, he's nasty, right? Is he one of those players like you think most people obviously they're like, oh, I don't want to say that this guy's good.
I
'Cause
think
he's young?
I think they're starting to do that now because I think the Chiefs are becoming the Patriots.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
they're-
they are. Yeah.
They're the team to hate.
Yeah.
They were
So
the
they've
team
been in
to,
4
like,
Super Bowls.
They've been in the last 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And they won 2 of them.
And the whole thing, and why are they talking about 3? Because they want them to be the first team to do it. And
Yeah, no one's ever three-peated.
damn, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah.
So
Yeah, impressive.
that would be the real
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid's the best coach ever.
Yeah. And
You know-
Spags is a great defensive coach. You know what I mean?
The worst thing about last night was knowing that I know as much about football as Ice Spice does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ice Spice. I saw somebody tweet about this, and it's so true. Ice Spice skipped so many levels of fame.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
just,
just
got,
like-
and just got there.
It just made Munch and is like in a fucking booth with Taylor Swift.
It's very easy to become famous these days.
Yeah, but to skyrocket to that level of fame, like her just being in that skybox last night probably got so many followers and
Dude,
like,
from
marketing shit.
fucking Pelham, right? She's from Pelham, I think.
Yeah.
She lived on Pelham, I
She
think.
went to Sacred Heart, bro.
Yeah, dude, she went to the same
Did
high
she?
school as Jared.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that, bro?
Yeah, no.
thought we talked about it.
I'm just saying. I was enthusiastic about
Yeah.
how neighbory
all
she
right.
is.
Pelham fucking, so she was, but was she in like in the cut like that?
I don't know.
Because how old is she? She's like 20 something or
Oh, she's young.
Yeah, she's young. She's young.
24, 25, something like that.
she's got to be like, I mean, I listened, at some point I'm like, you know what, I'm not even going to get mad. Like, I get it. It's kids like, some kids like her stuff. But her stage presence is just absolutely dreadful. Like I can't. I'm trying to be like, you know what, like let her do her thing. Like let her get up there. Like she's trying at least. Like, but she does the same thing on stage every single time.
I know.
Every single time.
It's
I mean,
also like,
yeah, she's not a performer that way.
But there's like even Megan Thee Stallion. Like I know she twerks and does her thing, but it's like there's more energy there.
Yeah.
Dances
She
a
gets
little
up
bit.
there. She does nothing.
Yeah.
And she's just
shows
got
her
like the
butthole.
T-Rex arms. You
Well,
what
we
I
all
mean?
know
Like,
what we've
just
said.
fucking-
We all know what we've said before. We're not going to say it.
Yeah.
But we all know what we think.
Well,
about
you
it.
didn't say it. Someone messaged you. And
Someone wrote it in the comments, and they were right. They were spot on.
yeah, someone.
And she looks it a little bit. She looks it a little.
Yeah, there's
She talks it a little. Looks it a little.
eastbound.
Yeah, I was.
She's
real
like,
eastbound.
would you guys watch Little Orphan Annie, but like
A hood version.
like a
With her as it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Damn.
Yeah.
Sun
Sun come out
tomorrow.
Sun will come out tomorrow. Damn. Like damn.
Gra.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
funny
that's her
that
thing,
comment,
right?
man.
She
hard knock
says-
life,
she says-
bruh.
I was gonna ask Jared, but I was like, we're both not gonna know what the
Yeah.
things that she says.
Did you see all the Kelsey memes? It was like the picture.
What, him yelling at coach?
No. That's Jason Kelsey, his brother, meeting
yeah,
Ice
yeah.
Spice in the thing. It was like all these memes being like, "So which Spice are you?" It's like it's Munch, right?
Yeah, it's Munch Spice.
Am I Munch?
Am I Munch Spice?
Oh, and then me and Jared, we were looking at because what's his name? Travis Kelce was yelling at Andy Reid.
yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Was he just wanted to play more or something? Or
Yeah, but I was like, that's a little much.
I think it was an extremely frustrating part of the game. At that point, it looked like San Fran was just going to shut them down,
yeah,
and I think he lost his cool a bit.
I mean,
Yeah,
they got lucky.
Yeah, I just don't want you yelling at a legend. You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking.
Also, the video makes you
Don't
feel like he's old. He's like startled in it.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
He looked really old.
Yeah, he looked old and shocked and like it was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
If that
that
was
was
a
about.
younger coach, like if that was Dan Campbell, the coach of the Lions,
Yeah,
that would have got ugly.
Oh, and Dan
Oh, he
Campbell's
would've
a
gotten in his
big
face?
dude.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
he's a
Dan
large
Campbell's
man.
nuts.
Yeah, he's,
He is.
what? He's jacked.
Yeah,
And he's
a
tall.
maniac.
Yeah, he's tall. He's jacked. That's not a guy you want to run up and start screaming in his face. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Andy Reid's like one of those like I used to watch movies with old people when I was a kid. And I go, oh, I feel so bad for this guy.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I used to feel that way about old people.
Yelling
in
at
that
your
moment, I
uncle.
felt
Yeah,
really
yeah.
bad for him.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
too. I felt really bad for him. But yeah, man, the Super Bowl was cool. It was the second overtime game in Super Bowl history, which I found to be crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, really? I was like, I feel like I've seen many overtime games.
Yeah, I wasn't bored watching it. It was very
I was bored
suspenseful.
in the first half. I was very bored.
Agreed. It wasn't the most exciting, but I enjoyed watching.
And we called it because we were like, so this is what, to me, just watching it one time, not knowing really who the hell anybody is on the field, but like as long as I've watched sports with you guys and the family, there's always that one player who turns out to be great, who's the guy that you just can't sleep on at the end of the quarter. And I was like, he's done this a few times, Mahomes, right? Well, and the team, but he's done this, like he's clutch in those situations.
Yeah.
And that's usually, if you do it over and over and over, those guys seem to be the guys
it's
who
coming.
usually had the ticket
Yeah.
to greatness.
It's coming.
Well, my
Yeah,
thing-
it's
and-
coming.
and
Don't
like-
worry.
Yeah.
Game ain't over
Remember
yet.
I said I'll
it's
be
it's
real-
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people say Mahomes is the GOAT, like after last night, and I was like, okay, that's cool. No, they've been to 4 Super Bowls and won 3,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say. I
they
think
won
they
3.
Yeah, they've
and this is the reason why he won't
and they
be
won
the
2
GOAT.
back to back, and that hasn't happened in 20
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
The
okay.
reason that he's not the GOAT is because he played Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, and they lost to Tampa.
That's right.
So Tom Brady has that over Mahomes. I beat you
Yeah.
head up
Yeah.
in a Super Bowl, and I was like 50 years old.
Right. And that is
And
fucking kind of.
it wasn't like Pat Mahomes didn't win a Super Bowl yet. They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they've won a Super Bowl. He knew how to win a Super Bowl. They beat the 49ers. Tom Brady beat you.
Tom Brady's got 6.
Yeah, 7.
Is it 7? Fucking A.
I think he has 7.
He's got
I
7?
think Patrick Mahomes is more exciting to watch.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
little
because
bit-
he's younger. Yeah,
There's-
well, he
there's-
does move too.
He's
Yeah.
he's kind of
7.
he's that's crazy. He's a showmaker. You know what I mean? And I appreciate. I mean, I've seen him do some of the most incredible shit, throwing the ball with his other hand. You know, these quick little flicks that he does and all. It's like a lot of shit that he does. I just think his IQ as a quarterback is pretty high for someone his age, and
and he's He's like he looks
He's
calm
he's
and
crafty.
But he looks calm and he looks like I mean, I know he's won 2 already, but he just looks like he's like built for this shit.
Yeah, and you come out and you play that way. Your dad get the DUI like the week of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know.
Is that true? His dad,
Yeah, his dad has 3 DUIs, dude.
Oh, he got a drinker, bro.
He's got 3 DUIs. His son's got 3 rings.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's
Yeah,
got no
I'll be
license
honest,
and he's
because
got mad rings.
This is how I am
one
with
leg.
people. This is how I am with people. Everybody gets one. If you get a DUI,
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge you for life.
Nope.
I'd be like, you know what? You made a really bad decision.
Yeah. But
2, I'm starting to be like, dude, what are we doing?
You're an
3,
You're a fucking asshole.
yeah, you're
the
a fucking asshole.
You're the goat of bad decisions.
Yeah. Like, I don't care. Like, when I saw his dad get the 3rd DUI, I retweeted it. I was like, this guy is the coolest Mahomes.
Yeah.
I was like, smoke cigars on the fucking field and shit. But he played baseball. He played Major League Baseball for like 12 years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he's Pat Mahomes Jr. But yeah. So
Senior's got
3
problem with the
Deweys,
juice,
dude.
with the sauce.
3 Deweys.
Yeah.
I mean, I've driven enough times impaired that I should probably have 3 Deweys.
Yeah.
But I'm just
you got
saying.
away with it.
But I got away with it, and nobody got hurt. Thank God.
Thank
It's
God,
not something I
yeah.
look back fondly.
No.
And enjoy. But you can't be like 50, 60, 70 years old getting DUIs, dude.
No.
That's just such a bad. Like, yo, bro, get a driver, man.
Take an Uber.
Yeah, dude. Your son's Patrick Mahomes.
Take a fucking Uber, bro.
What do you need? He's like, oh, yeah, like, I just want my freedom. All right, just don't do it drunk then.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna like it from jail, dog.
Do you think some of the best quarterbacks in NFL, like over the last few decades, are the ones that move like basketball players? Like, I feel like Mahomes is like that. Like Vic was like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
not really. If you
Dudes who
think-
just
if-
like fucking can do like crazy shit
if
and
you
run.
think about it, not really, because Brady wasn't really like that.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers had a little bit of
Yeah,
a
but-
shuffle. He could
yeah,
get
he
away
moved
from
a little
shit.
But
Yeah.
even the white guys can run now. It's not just the black
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
No,
that run.
no, yeah.
It's
No,
white
yeah,
guys are zooming around the fucking field too. Daniel Jones, bro, be fucking taking off.
Yeah, Daniel Jones does too.
fucking
that's
fast
true.
white boy, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he gets it in Danny Dimes.
These white boys be running around. I would say like the last guy that's really like an old time like pocket passer is like Stafford.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Not
he was doing all the
the whippy shit.
whippy shit before Mahomes. He
Yeah.
was doing that shit forever.
The Lions.
Yeah, very good. He played with Megatron.
Oh yeah, he did.
Calvin
Big
Johnson.
tight end.
No, he's a wide receiver.
Wide
Fuck,
receiver,
man,
yeah.
he was huge.
You know, but
Yeah,
he looked like a tight end. That's
Yeah.
why it's hard to keep
He
up.
was
He's not
huge, but he was dude. That I loved watching that guy play.
That guy
Yeah,
was a
he retired
phenomenal,
early.
phenomenal athlete. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so Jared's gonna move. When are you leaving? The 17th, 17th, 18th, whatever.
At this
the
point,
next 20
never.
days.
Never. He's not leaving. He's
2026.
lying to all.
Yeah, he's lying to everybody. So
My-
sorry,
yeah.
he's back again.
My lease starts on the 15th. I'll be down there the 21st. I had to get the car. I had to
yeah, Jared bought a new car. Today.
Fucking
lease the new car. Yeah.
I think it's the same thing
Yeah, I get to sit
because it's. Here's the thing about cars.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that I don't love the same thing for more than 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? Well, this is my wife. Relax, she's listening.
Yeah, that's different.
You know, that's different. I would always want to get a different car. So I
That's
feel
why
like
the lease works.
I feel like if you buy a car outright, you're either really rich or you're a fucking idiot,
Well, I'll say this. First of all,
or you really love that car.
buying a car is probably one of the worst investments you could make, unless it's some type of like classic vintage car that's going to start to accumulate value over time.
Right.
Financing is a higher cost monthly.
Yeah.
It's a long-term commitment because you're normally financing between 3 to 5 to 6 years.
And probably your credit's not as good to get leased.
No, it still has to be good.
Yeah, good enough.
Your down payment's going to be bigger, and you could look at it two ways. You have the car, you have equity in it because you own it. Once you pay it out, and that's fine. And now you could trade that car in if the mile's low. Then then that's it. But I'm like you. I get tired of cars every 3 months. You know what I mean? If it was up to me, that's why getting those packages with like Porsche and all of that are amazing because you pay $1,200 a month and you get to switch your car every month.
yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yes, it's an amazing fucking concept. You just have to have.
It's
really
just
good credit.
crazy how cars the cars that used to be affordable aren't affordable anymore.
Yeah,
Like if you really think like a Toyota Tacoma is
It's a
pretty
price-
expensive now.
it's not cheap.
Everybody used to have Tacomas, and
it's
now
a-
you don't see them.
But it's an amazing vehicle.
Yeah,
like
Tacomas are great.
tacos are the shit. You know,
What are they?
They call them tacos.
Oh,
Yeah, in that community,
racist,
I guess so.
right?
Yeah, maybe a little social. What
do you think?
Shout out to the Birria Homes.
Appropriation,
Yeah, la birria
cultural
homes.
appropriation.
I want that pom pom.
Yeah,
What
but
did you say in that movie?
Give me some chung chung.
Give me some chong chong.
Yeah.
What's that from?
It's
That's
that
from,
fucking movie
American Me.
when that dude's like a white Mexican.
I know what you're talking about.
He's like,
yeah.
"What's up,
The
Issy?"
blood in, yeah. Is it
Blood in, blood out.
Blood in, blood
He's
out.
like, "Give me some chong chong."
Yeah.
Wait, yo, what's that movie?
This is the streets, homie.
I'm only bringing this up because you said it was that kind. That's like the premise, I guess. But what's that movie with the white kids and they're from like Idaho or Iowa or something, and they want to be like
Rappers,
but then they go to the hood and like they get shot.
Oh, I don't know. What's
White
that?
Boys.
Oh yeah, White Boys.
It's called White Boys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about like 3 white like wannabe black kids.
Is it based on a true story or is it
No,
just
no.
fictional?
It was a fictional story. They want to be rappers and shit, and it's about
And they're
them,
from like the cornfields.
Got you.
Yeah.
And then they go to like the hood to like meet up with this dude to like buy drugs or
And
something.
then it doesn't go well.
It does not go well.
And I think the name of the guy is Mike. Oh, fuck, I forgot his real name. I feel like
Might
if you
be
saw,
White
if
Mike.
You saw, if you saw his name, that is White Mike's story though.
That is White Mike's story.
That's how we went. That's how we met White Mike.
Who, Cheetos?
Yeah, he was like playing a boombox, and we
Fucking
just
legend.
saw the whitest kid we've ever seen in our lives.
Pretty
I feel like he never wore pants. He always just wore long shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
It's kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, and he would like,
Like
put
further
the
than the
boombox
middle.
down where he was like right next to him, and then take a 3 and shoot it on the field.
Nobody
and then pick it up again.
And he just wore like Mark Echo clothes and like Rockaware.
Love
yeah,
it.
Loved Rockaware.
That's it. White Mike.
He's like Jay-Z's like biggest fan.
yeah, and nothing
the
but
whitest kid
nothing
in the
but
world.
nothing but hip hop. But he's a fucking
Nothing but hip hop. But yeah, to
He's a
even go
gem.
back about cars, right? So like you're doing all this stuff and moving and all that.
Yeah.
It's a pickup truck. It's a GMC Sierra. It's very nice.
Very cool truck.
Very cool
I got it.
truck.
I got it for a good price. And
Are you good with cars? You crash cars?
no,
Have you ever crashed a car?
I've crashed a few, but never. I've been in accidents where somebody else was driving and it was bad, but I've never been in a bad where I was operating. Thank God.
I've only been.
This thing's a building. Like,
Yeah. So here's two stories.
It gets bigger like, every time I look at it.
I know.
Dude, it's a big truck.
Here's 2 crash stories. All right. So everybody knows I was in an alternative learning program in high school called HASP.
Yeah.
All right.
Basement boys.
Yeah. So we had. You were in HASP too, right?
Yeah,
HASP, dude.
Dude.
Shout out HASP.
Yeah.
I gotta get a HASP hoodie. We should get HASP hoodies
And if you
start wearing
if
them.
you missed class and got in trouble, they would have a fake like trial.
Yeah, you would go to
Like
court.
Working intervention.
Like a senior,
Yeah.
a senior would be a judge,
Yeah.
and like the kids would govern like what your punishment would be.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
My
It was
senior
called
year,
Haas
I would
Court.
smack them out and go, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
It's fucking great.
being the judge was pretty sweet.
So you were in this. You were in the alternative classes.
Alternative class, and we're like, oh, we're gonna have a barbecue. Let's go up to Mr. Smith's house. Like
Right.
Mr. Smith's, it was the head guy that ran HASP. So I was like, yeah, all right, let's go. So we all drove up. We were all driving up together. We were in 2 separate cars. We're maybe 10 minutes away from Hastings, like right outside of Yonkers. We're just messing around a little bit in the car or whatever, having fun. Car in front of us like slams on its brakes, and we crashed into the other HASP car.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's basically like alternative program, the special ed program.
Yeah.
We couldn't even be trusted to drive to our fucking teacher's house.
Yeah.
We crashed into each other, and Kathy split her head open.
What?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when Kathy cut her head open. We crashed into each other. 2 special ed fucking cars.
Dude.
Traveling is not a good idea right next to each other, so we crashed into each other. And then I got out of the car. I was like, my sister's in there. Because like everyone was like, stay in the car. I was like, nah, dude, my sister's in that car. So I run and I look at the car, and then Kathy just looks up and just goes, and I was like, yo, what's wrong? And it was one of those cuts that it doesn't bleed immediately.
And
Yeah, and then it just started coming down.
Yeah, and then I was like, what's wrong? And they was like, I was like, oh, gross. I was like, oh, shit.
Don't touch me.
So I was like, oh, damn, dude.
What did she hit? Like the fucking windshield?
The back seat.
Oh yeah, she was in the, okay.
Yeah,
right,
she hit the
right.
back seat. There was like a
How come I
screen
don't know
in the
about
back
this?
seat.
This is news to me.
Yeah, dude, fucking special ed car crash.
Yeah,
And
we
then-
used to. They used to put like bring us on field trips, and we would all just smoke mad weed and like not care. They'd be like, "That's like a zebra," and we go, "Oh."
It's like
Yeah.
a special ed field trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to, they were like, "We know someone's smoking." Like we could smell it on the bus, and everyone was like,
Yeah,
like, yeah,
all
dude.
15 of us.
Yeah, check my file, bro.
They would get on the bus, and we would all like be like this.
We had a
They
girl.
didn't like watch us.
I had a girl in my HAS class that had narcolepsy.
No
Yeah.
shit. Like legitimate narcolepsy?
Yeah, like
narcoleptic?
I'd be sitting next to her on the bus. She'd be like, "Yeah, so like and just like pass out." I remember one time everyone was like, "Yo, it smells like fucking weed on here."
Yeah.
Like somebody was fucking smoking pot, and I was like, "Guys, I don't want to say who it is, but I think it's her."
Yeah.
And like I pointed at her, and she
she's
was fucking
passed out.
passed out. Her mouth was open and shit. I was like, I don't want to be a snitch.
It was like League of Extraordinary Men. Like everyone had a different like disorder and power.
Yeah. And I was sleepy.
Yeah,
she was sleepy.
sleepy. Mine was like extreme ADHD and Tourette's.
Yeah, mine was just fucking mood swings, emotional issues, just unhinged emotions.
And Kathy was just committing crimes at random.
Smoking cigarettes and then having like smoking cigarettes and then having like world record breaking like wide receiving yards.
The fact that
that kid's good. Yeah. He's kind of retarded. Though. I was like, yeah.
The fact that we all had behavioral issues like that and people still loved being around us.
Yeah, dude.
It was great. It was great.
People would go out of their way to hang out with us.
Yeah, it's just like between like 6th grade and 9th grade, you were a bit questionable. And after that, it kind of gradually got a little better.
Bro,
and then, now I'm glad to see that you're still alive.
The weird thing is, like, I had straight A's until like 7th grade.
Yeah.
And then I just never wanted to do school ever again. I was like, nah, I've learned everything I need to learn.
I did terrible forever, and then one year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show these people I'm not fucking like stupid today.
Yeah.
And I got honor roll like one fucking like I don't know. I think it was like 1/2 of the year or something, and then I went right back to like
Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
they just came and crushed it for like 6 seasons.
Like Bo Jackson. I just left. Yeah, and I was like, I don't give a. And then the next few ones, I was just like. Back to like they were like, did you have like like what happened there at that point? I was like, I would show you guys like I can actually do it because dude, there were teachers that in there. All Has teachers were great, but then you went to the regular teachers and they were like, what are you, a fucking idiot or something?
I know.
Like, because the Has teachers knew to be nice to you.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, Mr. Smith gave me a gold star 1 period ago. What is this?
Yeah.
You're so mean.
Yeah. Right. What do you mean I'm not a fucking, I'm not a good boy.
But I was like, what do you mean I got an F? I usually get storm clouds if I do bad.
But to them, I'd be like, but I asked my one teacher, I'm like, what is like, I don't understand your problem. Like, what's the one problem? Like I don't know. It's like, well, maybe it's the fact that you came into my class drunk. Maybe that's one of them. Like after drinking an oldie and then I went straight to math class, which is the worst combination.
Bro, the worst thing ever. The worst thing I ever did.
Not a good idea.
Worst thing I ever did school related wise when it comes to fucking drinking.
Yeah.
So one night, because it's gonna snow here tomorrow. So this reminded me of that story. So one time, me, fucking Manchester, Civ Wright, a couple other people, we got fucking wasted at Civ Wright's house, like fucked up. And it was going to snow the next day. And they were like, yo, school's going to be closed. Like, we're good. Yeah. So I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like, yo, I got fucked up. Like, fucked up. Like, I don't even remember going to sleep that night. Drank mad fucking oldie. We were drinking Brass Monkey and shit.
There you go.
So I'm all fucked up. I wake up the next day at maybe 2 p.m. I look outside, and it looks like it's fucking June 11th.
Right.
There was not one snowflake on the ground.
Ugh.
People were calling everywhere. All my other friends' houses, they were trying to find me. People thought I was dead.
Right.
Because nobody could find me.
So you just got fucked up thinking that you were off the next day.
Off the next day.
Yeah.
And then another time, I drank by myself on a Thursday thinking it was a Friday and had to go to school the next day.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking hungover. But we used to do this thing called West Monk. Did they have West Monk when you were in school? Mm-hmm. Okay. So West Monk is called, like, it's a model UN. So you like bus in girls from like other schools and shit. Yeah. Guys too, but fuck them.
Right.
It's all about fucking puss over here, dude.
It's a Vivi.
All about the Vinouche. So they would bus loads of different schools and girls, and it was a model UN run by the students. Like there was very little teacher interaction.
Yeah.
Like there were a couple chaperones and shit, and then the security guards were us.
We're the students.
So when I was a senior, the students, we were security, and we got wasted. Because like kids would be walking around like pages. They had pages that would bring like, be like, yo, stop. Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
It's like,
Hands up.
I'm going to Argentina. They're having a crisis right now. I'm like, let me see your pass. Just all fucked up. And they're like opening it mad slow, just like just mad drunk. Like, all right, good. I see you in the hallway again. We're gonna have a problem.
What was your favorite field trip that you went on as a kid?
Probably it was Hasp. We went to the zoo one time, and there was a peacock outside of the zoo. That's if you go to the zoo, if you're dating anybody and they said they went on a field trip to the zoo, odds are they're in special ed.
Yeah.
Regular kids don't go to the zoo. They go to like Broadway shows and shit like that.
Debates in DC.
Yeah, they go to that stuff. Yeah. If you're in species, they send you to the zoo.
They take you where the animals
are.
Yeah,
yeah, where you could speak to other animals like yourself. So that's why. So I'm going there. It's me, Mr. Smith. You could ask Mr. Smith about this. I'm actually going to speak to the Haas class in March.
No shit.
The Haas seniors, yeah. Actually, I think the whole Haas program. So
That's
I'm going.
dope.
Yeah, I'm going to speak to them and show them that you can make it.
Yeah.
At a Haas and live your dreams, dude. I'm
I'm
going on a 20+ city tour, dude. I'm just gonna tell them like, yo, you can go to Haas and live and prosper.
I was drunk at the last West Month.
Yeah, I was drunk the last West Month, dude.
I smoked crack. I was just like you guys.
So we go to the zoo and we're hanging out and there's a peacock in the middle of like the walkway.
Yeah.
And you can see he's trying to get back to his exhibit with his peacocky and homies.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get back there. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, let's help this fucking peacock out, right? So I'm walking up to the fence, and the peacock's, like, kind of following me. I'm, like, trying to make, like, peacock sounds. I'm just like, I don't know what sound the fucking peacock makes. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, cocky. Like, come on. And I go to lift the fucking thing up, and it's an electrified fence.
Oh, shut the fuck up. And
all you hear is pop, 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 pop. I'm like, ah, fuck! And Mr. Smith is like, what's going on? And I was like, yeah, I just got shot by an electric fence.
Do not touch that fence.
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, do not touch that fence, Mr. Smith. If you touch that fence, it's going to kick your fucking ass.
You're going to fucking regret it.
Yeah, bro. So I remember I was like, oh, fuck. He's like, oh, my God. He's like, dude, I can't take these species anywhere.
Never.
Yeah.
Dangerous crew.
Bro, getting all of us on the bus was like a disaster.
Right.
They would call your they were teachers. They would like call your house if you any day that you missed a class. Like it wasn't even just like once. All the other teachers don't give a shit if you don't go up. They fail you. This guy would call us at 8 a.m. like call mom and be like, "Is he up yet?" and stuff. It was like that.
That's
so
wild.
I remember I had 4 Haas classes. I got B's and A's in all those. Yeah. Every other class,
straight F's.
Yeah. and 20 absences.
Right.
So here's the thing. An absence, we had this thing called block scheduling. So you'd have an 80-minute class for one class, but it counted as 2 classes.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you missed one, it was 2 absences.
Ah.
So I had 20 absences.
Because you missed it 10 times.
Because I missed it 10 times.
Like how I did that math?
In the first month.
Oh, shit.
You get an F for the year. Let's get into the ads. This episode is brought to you by our friends over at BetterHelp. Love the homies at BetterHelp. Everybody knows 2020, I had no place to go, as did everybody else. And mental health was struggling, and I looked up BetterHelp, and I signed up, and I have not looked back, and it's 2024. A great thing about BetterHelp, too, is I do it solo, but I also do it with my wife. So it's nice. I get to do some sessions with my wife. And, a common misconception about relationships is that they have to be easy to be right. That's not true. Relationships are hard. They're going to be hard at times, sometimes harder than others. And that's just how it is. It's teamwork. It's a team effort for everyone to work together. So, for me and my wife, we like to have therapy sessions to keep our relationship going in the right direction. So that's what we also use BetterHelp for. BetterHelp has something for everybody. If you're a shy guy and you don't want to be on camera with someone, you don't have to be. They also have a lot of licensed therapists. So if you don't really mess with one of them and you're like, I don't really like this guy, you could switch.
I'll get another one.
You get another one. You fill out a brief questionnaire about your preferences, and they try to match you with the best licensed therapist on their site. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. There's nothing wrong with that. Do not give up. Always try to find another therapist that works right for you. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. And that's another hard thing. People have a lot going on in their lives, and it's hard for them to actually get up and get out and get it off. It's a big deal. So just fill out that brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists, like I said, at any time for no additional charge. And listen, become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. And this is what you do. You go to betterhelp.com/lops today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/lops, LOPS, to get 10% off your first month. Shout out to BetterHelp. And let me tell you something. Tell them Danny sent you. All right? I love you guys. Let's get back to the show.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was it.
So that was
You
it.
shit the bed early.
So I did that multiple times until my junior, senior year, because they were like, yo, bro, like, you can't play sports anymore.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you play sports. So every coach was like, yo, I can't, like, let you run with the starters, bro, because you're going to crash out. Like, you're not going to be here.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember my coaches used to come in every practice and be like, what's up, Lopes? Like, is today the day? Like, can you practice? And I'm just like, yeah, dude, I have a B. They were like, yeah, right.
I'm eligible.
I'm eligible. Yo,
Yeah.
coming off eligibility, bro, was like you were like got out of prison.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'll be back in a week, dog.
Yeah, what's
It's
up,
like,
dog?
Yeah, I got a D now.
Pass that quiz.
Yeah, dude.
Ready to go.
And then we had a vice principal that used to help get out of trouble, but now it's probably because he wanted to have sex with me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that didn't go well.
Yeah, that interview
anybody.
with DeStefano was so fucking good.
Oh my
and
god!
they were like,
bro.
"All right, bring him out."
yeah. They're like, damn.
And he's here.
They were like, oh, really?
Yeah.
The Stephanos, bring him in.
Bring it. That's so good.
Oh, that's crazy.
How about
'cause
you,
Bring
Mike?
him in.
What was your favorite field trip in school?
My favorite was probably the one I told you. We went to. I don't even know where the hell we went because we got so high, but it was the one that we got really high.
I love
at,
how
and
he's
don't
not high
remember.
now, but he has high eyes.
Yeah.
Isn't that so funny when you talk about being high? You
yeah,
have to
you're
go
like,
back
you
to
go
being
back
high.
I got to get in that place.
We were walking in a circle around this like fucking lake or something, and there was always the one kid that either had smokes on him or had weed on him.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, "Yo, I don't want to do it myself." Like Yasin
with
did
me.
it with us. Like when we smoked a cigarette once in the city, when they were all ordering their food at McDonald's, and Mr. Smith came out and goes, "I cannot believe you get the hell inside." And like we threw it down. He like smacked the cigarette out of our hands, and he used to get he used to get like super red.
Oh,
like,
Smitty?
yeah, he used to get embarrassing red. Great teacher though. He was awesome. He's
the
man.
best.
Hang out, you fucking degenerates.
But he used to fucking get so red, and he got like incredibly fast.
Right.
And he came out. He goes, "What the fuck you think you're doing?" Like that. Like he didn't want to like fully scream, and he just slaps it out of our hand. And like we were like, "Smitty," it's like full stogies left, and
Yeah.
we just. So this one particular trip though, there was like 10 kids that all wanted to smoke weed this day, and this one kid had a bowl. So what we did was everyone walked in the pattern to look like he was like, "I want everyone to take like a lap around and just look at it." So we did that, but while we were going, we didn't know he was coming with us. We thought he was chilling.
So you're just smoking bud.
So
It's
we're
just
smoking bud, and
hitting
everyone's like,
Smitty in the face.
yeah, I'm like up there doing whatever's cool at the time, like Harlem shaking, and like fucking like, and like, cause this is back when like weed made me happy. It didn't make me want to like fucking hear thoughts and kill myself.
Yeah.
Those are
But
good
like,
old days.
but like we're walking and we're going up, and you just fucking see him standing there like this, and I was like, yo, he looks pissed. And I remember someone was like, "Nah, he's good. He's just chilling." I was like, "Nah, dude, he looks really mad."
Yeah.
And we got there, and he goes, guys, we can fucking smell it everywhere. Just like that.
Right.
It's all over the park. Like that. And like, you just fucking, like 10 kids. This is why I made that joke, because all of us were just like, no. Like,
No.
That's all you can
he
say.
knew, yeah. And he's like, "You're lucky the care person, whatever the fuck, wasn't there." But that trip was just like, and the Intrepid was fucking fun for like, just
yeah,
chilling.
dude.
Like
Yeah.
the Intrepid was cool because it just looks dope, and
The
being on
Intrepid
the
was a
water
fun
is
one.
cool. And that was my first time I ever been. It's West Side, right?
Yeah, it's on the
So
west
that's
side
like the
of
first time I've ever been like, I didn't even know the fuck. I knew it existed, but I'd never been like, that same trip, the Intrepid, we saw Ben Stiller. So that was like an awesome trip.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, that was a
Dope.
cool trip. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Field
Oh my god.
field
yeah.
trips were the shit.
Yeah,
they were the fucking best.
We went on a field trip once, and fucking everyone came up with an idea to dine and dash.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, all right, I'm down. And then, like, as soon as everybody went to do it, I was like, I don't know why. Like, I had this, like, conscience thing where I just stayed there.
Yeah.
And I had to pay for the whole thing.
Oh, fuck.
So it was only like $48, but
Yeah.
$48 to a senior in high school?
Yeah, you were shook.
Early
though.
2000s?
Yeah, dude. I was like, these people, like, work for tips and shit. I was like, I'm not fucking running out. So, like, everybody ran out and was like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, I would
I was
have.
like-
I would have ran so many blocks and got lost.
They were like, "You gonna run too, motherfucker?" He's like, "Nah, they're just going to get the car. I got it."
Bro, like,
Yeah.
$48.
You guys take Discover,
$48 like a 17-year-old's like $4,000.
pretty much.
and the bus rides are the best too, because you know it all goes down on the bus.
on the
bus
Peter
ride.
Hell
Pans.
yeah.
Throwing shit at people, then like going back really fast like that.
No, we didn't. We always had little cheese bus. They specialed us.
Yeah,
they special does.
tinted windows.
I remember we went to Washington one year.
Jeez.
Oh, you know what the best field trip was? fucking Frost Valley, bro.
Dude, I was waiting for one of you to say that, bro.
Frost Valley was the shit, bro.
I think I remember Frost Valley.
Frost Valley was lit. Yeah,
Frost Valley
Everyone
was
went
the
like
shit.
every year,
Yeah.
or every certain grade, I think.
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude.
That's the only one that I can clearly remember.
that fucking cable bridge.
Dude, the cable bridge.
The fucking you climb the walls
chimney,
and shit.
The chimney, yeah, they climb the walls. Dude, I remember that trip.
We should go to Frost Valley now.
Dude, that would be great.
I would go to Frost Valley, and then everybody had a Frost Valley sweatshirt.
Dude, you sure
and those
did.
shits were like off-white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those were
no,
like
they were a big
those
deal.
were the Yeezys of sweatshirts.
They were a big deal.
And for people that don't know, Frost Valley YMCA
Yeah.
is a camping, environmental education, and conferencing center located in Claryville, New York.
Yeah,
Sounds
dude.
right. Yeah.
Part of the Catskill Mountains, and that's what makes it so fire. You're up in the Catskills.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Which
Yeah,
is-
it was shenanigans.
Yeah,
How long's that ride?
shenanigans.
From
I think
here
it was
to
like
there?
3 hours.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy.
No, the Catskills is actually kind of deep. It might be more like between 5 and 7 hours.
And you're on a bus,
Let's see. Let's ask
a
Siri.
special bus.
Yeah.
So you're cruising with.
Siri, how far is the Catskills from here?
I think it's like Jared's right, like 3 hours, 2 hours.
No, that's not right. It's like Catskill Avenue, which is like 4
Yeah.
miles. Oops, I just doxed you, Jared. Sorry.
Dox me? What's that mean?
It means giving away your address to the internet,
To get to the Catskills,
It's only gonna be my address for another 2
or
days.
No,
giving
it's-
your
yeah, it's-
location, I should say.
it says like 2 hours.
Oh,
You know what swatting it? You know what swatting is?
Squatting?
Swatting.
No, what's that?
It's when people on the watching like a streamer or something that's live, they'll call viewers will find the address and then call the police and make a fake threat, and then the kids will get swatted while they're live. And
Yeah,
you
they'll
see,
be like, yeah,
cops
this,
come in.
this,
Oh,
this
yeah, didn't that
address
happen
has
in,
a
like,
bunch of
the-
guns.
It happens all. It's a piece of shit thing to do. It
Yeah.
happens all the time. They're trying to make it so that you can get arrested now when you do it.
But yeah, Frost Valley was dope, dude. We played like dodgeball and shit in there.
Yeah. Frost Valley. I guess I didn't go. I didn't do
Frost
that.
Valley was just all outdoors. You learned how to like use a compass. You had to go through like, like treasure hunts.
That's fun.
You had to
fun,
like
dude.
make
So
fires and
fun,
rock
dude.
climbing and camping, and like it was just to like test your outdoor skills. You know what I mean?
was
And-
awesome.
Yeah.
And most of the time you went, it was kind of a cold season.
Yeah.
So there were fire pits, and then
I had
you would hang
Mr.
out in-
Eckelman. Mr. Eckelman.
Yeah, I
was
had
around. Is he
Mr.
still
Westrel.
alive?
I think so. Yeah, Mr. Westrel.
Mr. Westrel.
I had
Yeah.
Mr. Westrel, and
Those
I
guys
forgot
were
what
cool.
other teachers went.
I had we had a really cool gym teacher, Mr. Wendell.
Mr. Wendell. I
Yeah.
feel like I remember Wendell.
So you had like a rap battle. And, like everybody was rapping up there and shit. It was mad fun.
Love that.
Like Mr. Shapiro would beatbox. I was just like, yo, drop that beatbox, Mr. Shapiro. He'd be like, nah.
Couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Could never.
He'd
say
be like,
no.
nah, Danny, I can't. He'd be like, yo, Mr. Shapiro, we getting it in.
That's so good.
Because and the good thing was it was buffet style food. Do you remember? So you
was
just
like a cafeteria,
It was like a
yeah,
cafeteria. You hung out. It was a lot of fun. You could like walk off in the woods with girls and stuff if you
Yeah.
wanted to. So it was
Yeah.
cool.
Trips like that were great because you would learn like what tree sap is.
Yeah.
Like I'd be
Exactly.
like, "What the fuck is tree sap?" And they're like, "You don't know what that is?" Like in 6th grade, you just see like a tree bleeding. This fucking. They're like, "Now this is not the kind of sap you can eat, guys." Like the fucking.
Don't eat this one.
Like the one like what are they, like the tour guide.
Yeah, he's like, I bet you think these berries are nutritious, but guess what?
you would be wrong.
You would be wrong to eat these berries. One
yeah.
of these berries could kill you in up to 45 minutes. And then we're just like, all right, we're gonna eat 2 of them.
Like, yeah,
So
yeah.
if we eat
Yeah,
half,
you're like,
we'll
was
get
this
really
guy on the
high.
bus with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in my boy's Gatorade.
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
this.
You're just like, was this guy on the bus with us?
I
love
remember,
that.
yeah, dude. Frost Valley was awesome. Oh,
Frost
back to
Valley.
the car thing though. So you
Yeah.
crashed a couple cars. I had that car accident at one time.
Yeah.
And then the other car accident that I had. Yeah, we're gonna get to you, the grand champ over here.
Yeah.
But the other car accident I had, I used to drive kids home from school.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I used to drive kids home from camp. I'm sorry, from camp. So they would like give you a car for the summer that you would park at your house, and then you would pick the kids up and, and take them and do whatever.
Right. It's like the camp van.
Yeah, the camp van. So I would go pick all the kids up, and I remember one time, dude, we're driving on the fucking Springbrook Parkway, and you play like kid songs and shit for them, like while they're in the car.
Yeah.
So I remember I'm literally driving. It's like, I put your hands up to play my song, and like one of the kids says something, and he's like, let's do this, and I was like, what's up, Chris? Like in like a kid mode, and then I just turned around. I was like, "Oh my god!" Fucking,
shit.
this dude cut me off. I fucking spun him out.
Oh
and
my
shit.
god.
All the kids were safe. Like everybody was fine. But I remember just being like yeah.
Happy moment into absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, dude. And now his car's all fucked up, like wrecked and shit, and just all you hear is our car like the butterflies fly away. Like the music's still
still
playing. And in my mind, I'm
you're
like,
like making
yo,
sure
this
everyone's
dude might
all
be
right.
dead, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I might be walking up on a fucking fatality.
What'd you hit?
So the guy, I was in the middle lane. The guy was in the left lane, and he cut me off. So well, I clipped the back of his car. So I clipped
Gotcha.
the back of his car. He
His shit
spun out.
Yeah.
But I guess he hit the gas and went up the hill
Oh shit.
and crashed into a tree. And like his car came to a full stop.
Right.
And literally Miley Cyrus Party in the USA is bumping, and I'm like, yo, I think I just killed the guy.
Yeah.
Like,
To a
this is
Miley
crazy.
Cyrus song.
Yeah. But when I got there, he was like the Spanish dude. And I got to I was like, yo, dude, you okay? He's like, it's my fault.
You're like, yes.
Yes.
You're like, wait, what was that? Could you say that again
He's like,
into
I'm
this
sorry.
recorder?
He's like, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I was like, dude, you okay though? He's like, yeah, I think I'm okay.
The car
God damn, bro. But I remember, bro, like, first of all, no airbags came out.
Oh, that's good. And it was a hard hit too, right?
Yeah, dude, I think I was going like 60 miles an hour or something.
Jesus, yeah, dude.
Clip this dude.
Listen,
He went,
you don't need to be going fast to crash. This dog kills me.
Nah, it's all right, dude.
I love him. He's a sweetheart, but like
He just wants to be
always,
on you.
He always
He just wants-
has to be in your butthole.
He wants to be one of the homies. It's all right.
Yeah.
You're good. But yeah, no, so I didn't kill that guy, thank God.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
And then I remember I had a friend who
Don't look at me, bro.
I remember I had a friend who got into a car accident where the car like flipped over like 15 times.
Oh shit.
And he had weed on him. And he gets out of the car and he buries the weed in snow like the briefcase from Fargo.
Jeez.
Buscemi. He buries it there and then comes back like a night later and got all of his weed back.
Amazing.
Yeah, he was just like, I gotta bury the weed.
Yeah.
He had cuts all over him. He was fucked up.
The fact that he could still register that he had to
Yeah,
make that
bro.
executive decision.
I was like, yo, how'd you remember? He's like, I put a stick on it. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, it's like fucking the briefcase in Fargo.
Yo, seriously, fucking genius.
Mike is the type of guy who I just want to preface these stories, so I'm going to let you tell your stories. It's your truth. So I want you to speak your truth. But I think Mike has a mixture of, and correct me if I'm wrong, having some of the worst car luck in like a short period of time
Yeah.
than anybody else.
There was
And-
like a
and
stint.
maybe-
There was a stint. There was like I think it was like 2009 to like 10, like 11 or something.
Yeah.
where I had terrible luck
Because I think like
every month.
Do you think you're a bad driver?
No, it was never. I only crashed once. It wasn't crashing. It was getting arrested, and it was parts not working in a car.
So
Gotcha.
I
only
know
crashed
I know
once.
I know 5 incidents off the top of my head. You ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I know five. I can
I know
mention
5.
Yeah.
Jackie Martin's car.
Jackie Martin's car. Yes.
Okay.
That's when I was. That's when I was.
It's one.
That's when I was.
one.
That's when I was drunk and I was pulling out of the parking lot. That's true. Or no. Out of Madaba, and we were working. Is my boss's? She was my boss at the time.
Yes.
I took her car. I'll explain to everyone as you say them too.
Yeah.
I took the car drunk with a friend, and I just got paid, and all my whole check went to this guy. And I remember he took the money. He goes, "I'm really sorry, man." I go, "If you fucking were, you wouldn't take my money." And I fucking went
Yeah,
inside.
ain't that sorry, bitch.
I had to give him $800. That right there, because he was like, "Dude, I don't want to get the
That's-
cops involved."
That's
which-
$10 million
which was
to a kid.
Yeah.
that
yeah,
age.
That's your
yeah.
life
It was
savings.
everything. And then Dad gave me $600 just to make me feel like out of nowhere. It was like the greatest.
All right, so you know what? I'll make you feel less bad. One time I stole Danny Leaf's car.
Yeah.
Right? I stole Danny Leaf's car, and I put it in drive, which I thought it was.
Yeah.
I put it in reverse.
Oh, in Florida?
And floored it, and I fell. I fell down the side of a mountain on Euclid Avenue.
Jesus.
But I rolled right into a parking space.
Oh, that's sick.
So I didn't. So it gets worse though. So I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm the luckiest person on the fucking face of the planet. I just drove down a hill, through trees, a backyard,
Through
woods, and rolled into this fucking parking space.
Yeah.
In somebody else's house, like on the side, their driveway.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, luckiest guy ever. Let's go back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's go back. Let's bring the fucking car back to Danny, and I'll just go and we'll be fine. I'm coming down fucking Villard, and I'm a little all over the road.
Right.
I'm like, I can't believe I just survived that. I'm okay. The car's good. He'll never know.
Right.
I'm fine. I fucking make a right turn too fast, and I fucking bash the fucking side rear view mirror off of the car.
Oh, Jesus.
And then his fucking dad called me. He was a fucking douche about it. And then I found out that fucking thing was broken before Butch broke it.
Oh,
Because they were trying to leave him at McDonald's and jumped and held onto the car and broke the fucking side mirror off.
Like, you ain't leaving me here, bro.
Yeah, so that's I got like framed for that, so I understand that part of it. But yeah,
Right.
Jackie Martin's car,
Jackie Martin's car, then the In Between the Trees,
in
The
between
Aqueduct.
the trees.
also drunk.
Is that the aqueduct?
That was Aqueduct. You mean the park?
Yeah, is that the park?
That was no. This
This kid took a Ford Explorer and drove it through a hole that could fit like a Ford Focus.
So so what Danny's talking about was, or what I'm talking about, the second one was the one where I tried to lie to Dad and I said a deer got in the way and I clipped a deer, and then Dad was like, "Since when are deer made of fucking tree wood?"
It's like splinters
Because it was
in
like
the car.
sticking out of the car, and Dad was just like, "You're a fucking idiot." And then like the window was broken in the back, and we had to put. So, but the other, so that one that crashed. Then, is there any other crashing incidents? I don't think there's crashing, but there's a shit ton of terrible luck that
You
happened.
backed into a taxi guy.
No, that was. Oh, you talking about with Jared's thing with the car?
Yeah.
When the guy was like, "What are you doing, man?"
Yeah. He
That
backed
guy,
into a taxi
that was
cab.
hilarious.
What,
No,
with the
no.
trooper?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, there was a guy's car who was parked in the Citibank, not in like he was like out of the line.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got it. Like this dude's not even that bad. It's whatever. Like I'll go around it. And Mom and Dad's had the Explorer at the time.
Yeah.
And this guy's car was super small, but I was like, I'm good. It's like not even a big deal. Like he's on this edge. He's in my fucking parking spot, but like I'll be fine. I was not fine. I backed out and I dented, like it wasn't crazy, but I dented his car a little bit. But like you could see, because I got out and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude?" And I got out and I looked, and it wasn't even really that crazy. But I was like, "Fuck." The reason this story is wild is because I was driving and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this person behind me following me, bro?" Like there was this car and I kept making these other turns, and I was starting to get fucking mad, scared. I was like, "What is this person doing?" And I just happened to notice it. I don't even know how I noticed, but I was like, "Yo, this fucking woman." So I was like, "Stop the car," and I put the window down. And I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And this fucking like Spanish woman just drives by, mad scared, and gets on the wheel and just goes mad fast.
Right.
So I go to my friend Carrie's house. Shout out to Carrie. We're making beats and fucking chilling, having a good night, and then like 6 or 8 hours later, like Mom fucking calls Carrie's house, like gets his number somehow and wants to talk to me. And Carrie's like, "Yo, it's like your mom." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And calls me. That woman fucking snitched on me. And
No
she
shit.
called the police and gave them my license plate and everything.
And then they traced
and
it
they
back
called
to Mom.
Trace back tomorrow. And then we went to the cab guy, and the cab guy goes, "I don't give a shit." We thought he was gonna. I was like, "Yo, man, I'm the one that like hit the car. Like, I'm gonna have to give you money." And he goes, "I don't fucking care, man."
Yeah, fuck it.
He goes, he literally, but the way he said, he was like, "I don't want any like trouble." Who
was
was like,
it,
"What
Lee?
the hell?"
Who was it,
I
Lee?
no, it was one of the guys that worked there. It was an old shitty like gold, fucking
Vic?
like
Town
like
car.
old towny car. And I was like, "Yo, man, whatever you need." He goes, "Brother, I don't give a fuck." I was like, "All right," and I went upstairs.
I remember
Then there was other shit though.
Yeah, dude,
then
he had
I had this
multiple.
streak with Dad's spark plug didn't work, and I was fucking stuck in fucking Yonkers, and he had to come and get that there. Then I fucking parked it in a spot for fucking 2 minutes to go get weed from my to give weed to my friend Lucas. And the next thing I know, I go outside, and then you said that someone called you and said, "Yo, I think I just saw like your dad's car being towed," because they kept the e-brake on, and you just heard the car the whole way going like all the way down to the fucking parking thing. And then Dad almost got into it with the guy that owns the towing thing there.
Jesus.
They arrested Michael one time because
then I got
Dad's registration was
not, and then I got
updated.
arrested. Yeah, and then Tony put me in the car. He's like, "I have to, man," and I was like, "No, you don't."
My
No,
dad
you
was so mad. He's
he
like,
was-
"Why are you putting my son in the back of a fucking cop car?"
Yeah, he came and was like, "Why you put him in the car?" He's like, "You wouldn't do that to anybody else." And the guy was like, yeah, we would. And then he was like, no, you wouldn't. And it was like, give me like, just like get down. I was like yelling at Tony. Tony's like, sir, relax. Like, because Tony was like the muscle neck cop at the time.
Yeah.
He was
became
the
a good
chief
dude,
later
Tony
on.
was cool.
I like Tony. Tony was the
Tony
man.
was cool, man.
He was the man. I fucking one time we were at the waterfront. And they were like, we know you're in here. Get the fuck out. Unless you want to make it worse, we'll arrest you for hiding. And you're making it worse, whatever it was. Not for hiding, but for trespassing. And I come out and he's like, what do you got? I was like, bro, it's really like 3 beers left in the box. He goes, just fucking go. And I was like, all right. And as I was leaving, a beer fell from outside of underneath the box, broke, span, and beer went all over his pants and on his leg. God. And we both went like this. And I looked up and he looked up and he goes, see, now I got to take your beer. And he took like 5 beers from me. I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. He goes, just get the fuck out of here.
Bro, there was one cop. There was one cop that who was the cop that knew you that had glasses?
That knew me, that had Andy Hayden?
No. He was a younger guy.
Oh, a couple of them. I knew all those guys.
He was like your age. He was a cop. He used to give us breaks all the time because he went to school with
Tommy Sullivan.
Yeah, Tommy Sullivan. He used to get
Tommy Sullivan.
Officer Sullivan would give us breaks from time to time.
No, Tommy was good.
I remember one time.
Good ball player.
I remember one time, me and John and Jim were all at this fucking party, right? Underage, obviously, but like we're all fucking partying, drinking or whatever. And the cops come and like they knock on the door. And fucking, this is where like the mischievous minds of us are so smart. All at the same time, we're like, yo, if you got beer, put it outside, like put it on the side of the house so like they don't fucking find it in here.
Right.
So everyone's like, yeah, great idea. So they're all putting it on the side there. And we're like, yo, like let's get out of here. Like, let's leave. So we leave. And John looks at me and goes, all right, let's go get all those beers. So I was like, oh, dude, that's fucking genius. So we're literally walking along the side of the house, like tiptoeing.
Yeah.
And there's a glass door, and I see the cops in there with the girl, her house, and but Jim is there still, too.
Yeah.
Jim got caught in there. He didn't get out.
Sucker nut?
So Danny, he's like, yo, Danny, like, you're the smallest. Just, like, go down there and, like, slide up and, like, be quiet. Yo, so we stole, like, 72 beers.
Oh, from the party.
Shit. There
That's
were
awesome. Fucked up.
Yeah, it was like
That's
like
hilarious.
4 12-packs and like a 24 pack. We still So Jim calls us, and he's like, yeah, Jay Lops, like, where you at, I was like, we're down here at Reynolds, bro. We got all those beers, and Jim's like, all right, bet. I think I'm just gonna go home too.
He was talking to you like while the cops were with him.
Yeah, he's like, I think I'm just gonna get a ride
party.
home. He's
And
like,
the
my parents are gonna like come get me. And John's like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? He's like, yo, come to the fucking flagpole. We're getting fucking wasted. He's like, yeah, dude, just gonna go home, man. He's like, all right, man. All right, just get home safe. All right, peace. Yeah. And then literally 3 minutes later, you just see fucking Segru walking down, and he's like, let's get it, baby. He's like, let's go.
Hey,
Stop.
knock it off.
But yeah, bro, those were the best. The best thing about those cop eras were you knew you weren't gonna get in real trouble, but you could hide.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
No, there were plenty of places to hide out.
Oh, dude, I remember one time we were at Hillside. It was me, John, a couple other people. We were getting fucking banged up, and the cops came, and they're chasing us into the back of Hillside.
Yeah.
So there's that fence there before like Sugar Pond.
Yeah.
And you guys know in Juice how like Tupac jumps over the fucking jumps over the thing
Over the roof?
Gentili was chasing me.
Oh, okay.
And I did the thing where you hop on the fence and then flip your legs over.
Right.
So like you
like
jump
bottom, like top over, head, like feet overhead,
and land on your feet. And I just remember, I remember Gentili like came up to the fence and I was there too. I was like, not this time, Gentili. I remember I just like took off over. And like took off. And I remember everyone was like, yo, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I was like, yeah, I stole it from Juice. Stole it from Tupac.
Even Gentili was like, dude, yeah, well done.
Yeah, but Mike just had. I remember I saw Mike with his learning permit, like because Mike had his permit, and like the girls from the town would like teach him how to drive. Do you remember that?
Who?
Like April Albanese would like let you like drive her car like while you were practicing and shit.
Yeah, I think so.
And I remember Mike just coming around the corner one time with his learner's permit, and this motherfucker's chest is like on the steering wheel. He's just like
get it, trying to like get the fucking.
Driving.
That's hilarious.
The worst is I remember one time I was in a driver's.
No, Matt Matty Coobs let me drive his van once when he was hammered, and I only had my permit.
damn. I've done
and
that.
he let me drive it to like Yonkers and back to get more beers and stuff.
Coobs
It
is
was, it was awesome.
That whole
It was
crew from the taxi.
These are like
station
older
there.
guys, by the way, for people that don't. These like way older dudes at the time. Like, I mean, still, but like, way. And they were like, "You want to drive the fucking van?" And I took them to like different bars, but I didn't go in with them.
Right.
So I would just like drop
You're
the
just,
van
like,
off.
safe rides?
Yeah, and get like fucking. I think it would like give me like some money, and then I would like go get beers, and then just because I started drinking at like 18.
18, dude. I started drinking at 14.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I started
13
drinking. I
maybe.
started drinking at like. Yeah, but you had like you stopped for a little bit. You didn't like continue from that though.
Yeah.
Like I started at like 17. And then, because it took over for weed for me. That's why I stopped really smoking that much. Because I used to smoke all the fucking time.
Yeah, and then you started.
And
drinking.
then I was like, because weed was like, it stunk.
Yeah.
I just was tired of getting like in trouble for it and shit. And I was like,
But
I'm just
Weed
going to
Mike,
sell it.
Weed Mike was awesome.
Yeah.
Drunk Mike fucking sucked.
Drunk Mike was like,
Belligerent.
Drunk Mike was like, I would just fucking do the dumbest fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, Mike's here. He's mad drunk. I know he's probably going to try and fight somebody. So, like, that was always in the
You
back
just had
of
to
all
be
of our
ready.
minds.
Yeah.
We're just
And
like,
then,
I
like-
can't get too drunk because, like, if Mike gets into a fight, like, I have to, like, Mike can fight. He's a drunken master. I was like,
But I
can't
gotta hold
fight
him
when I'm
down.
drunk.
Yeah. And like another thing was like, oh god, I remember one time I was with some girl. I was absolutely blacked out of my mind. I was with someone at the time. And like I was like just being like a fucking sketchball. And Danny just happened to be up and was in the room because like it was always like someone's up. But do you remember those nights? Like there were nights where I would get home or you would get home and I'd be like, oh god, it's gonna be one of those nights because one of us probably was sober and then someone would get home drunk.
Wasted.
Yeah, because Danny used to get home drunk and then just try to be like super like just like Danny would just get home drunk and just be like, yeah,
Try
man,
to be all
I
slick.
was gonna tell you. No, not even slick. Danny would just be like, yeah, man, I fucking love you so much, dog.
I'm such a friendly drunk
Yeah,
person.
Danny would get so like, and then like it'd be like in the morning, he'd be like, yo, what's up? Like whatever, like he would completely change, but he would be drunk and he'd go, yeah, man, I don't know if I ever told you this, but like, I was like, oh god, it's gonna be one of those nights.
Fucking drunk Danny.
But like Danny fucking took care of me one night, man. I was with this girl and they had left. I was so blacked out drunk, and I just remember fucking like Danny had to fucking take care of me because I was looking at you, and I come into the room. Danny goes, "You good?" And I don't say anything, and I just stare at you. And I remember you telling me I just sat down and you just saw pee just start coming all the way, like my jeans just started turning like a different shade, and you just saw like pee coming down my leg. And Danny's like, "What are you doing, bro?"
He kept saying what up to me. Like he was sitting on the thing just peeing his pants. He was like, what up?
Yeah, Daniel.
I was
One
like,
time,
I was like, what do you
wanted
mean
to see
what
if
up?
you
Yeah,
noticed.
you
I got
fucking pissed all over
so
yourself.
hammered once, and Daniel didn't want to go downstairs. I think to get in trouble, and
And
he
he was
just
like,
wanted to
no,
chill.
he was like, no, it's good.
And Daniel said I woke up and I started peeing in my hamper, like all over my clothes.
Oh, Jesus
and Daniel goes,
Christ.
"Yo, cuz Mike, you're fucking peeing all over your clothes." And he said, I turned around and went, "Not even." I agree though. With Danny, like I was just, I mean, not that there's anything to not agree with. Like there were just so many nights. There were nights where I loved being drunk, and then there were nights where I was just like, I'm a piece of shit.
Just
Yo,
woke up
Jared
the
used to
next
come home fucking wasted too, but he would be so drunk that he wouldn't even notice we were in his room.
Yeah.
He would just come in and just be like, get like naked and shit, and like go to sleep. I'm like, yo, does he like not see me here?
Dude, I'll never forget fucking sleeping in the room, and this is when Jared was still there. It's when you know the picture you have where you're like this with the long hair.
Yeah.
Jared had the curly hair, and he came in with like a leather jacket. I remember seeing like, because he didn't turn the light on. He saw me, and I remember he just was like, oh shit, and he turned the light off. And he comes in, and I just see the silhouette, like you were dressed like Max Payne, and like Jared,
leather pea coat.
like leather pea coat, like the fucking jeans or whatever.
The city's a dying whore.
Yeah, he comes in, and he had nowhere to, because the other room didn't have the bed at the time.
Yeah.
So Jared just walks in, goes up against the wall, and does the slowest fucking like sit down ever with just like a fucking alcoholic drink with liquor in a brown bag, and all I can just hear is.
Just drinking.
like in the dark, bro. I just hear all of this, and Jared's just looking right at me while I'm sleeping. Like, because there was nowhere for you.
Yeah.
I think the couch wasn't there yet at the time.
In like
It was the end of
Like an 8x8.
Dude, we lived in like borderline trap like apartments sometimes. Because you remember the leak?
That was a trap
Remember
house.
the leak that happened, and we had to put that board up, and it would get stained.
Yeah.
Like I was like, why are we living like this right now?
Yeah, that was a trap house apartment. That was
hilarious.
I remember Jared came home one time, fucking so drunk, and I was playing NBA Live like 2006.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, and he like comes and sits on the couch, and he just like starts like crying.
Yeah.
He was like, "You want to be like me?" I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because I was messing up in school and stuff, and like I guess Dad talked to him like previous in the day. He's like, "You want to be like me? You want to end up like this?" And I was just like,
I was right.
and I was like, I don't know. I was like, you seem pretty cool to me. I was like,
You're like, dude, I'm playing fucking PlayStation.
I was like, you drive a Lexus, like girlfriend's pretty hot. Like,
Yeah, like I don't think I ever.
I was like, I kind of. I was just like, do you want to play or no?
Is this a trick question?
I remember. Yeah, because I remember.
I remember he just kept looking at me. He goes, "You want to be like me, huh?" I was just like, "Yeah, kind of." I was like, "Yeah." I was like,
Because that's how it was. Because
Terrible idea.
Jared called to help me to get me out of School Street because I was living in the hood for 3 months.
Yeah.
And Jared called the house and he goes, "What up?" And I was like, "Nothing." He goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm at Jason's." And Jared be like, "Yeah, I could tell you've been there for like 3 months. Are you coming home or what?" And I was like, "I don't really want to." And Jared's like, "Bro, you got to come home." And I was just like, "I don't really want to though." And Jared's just like I don't understand what you're doing with yourself. I remember just being like, "I'm just trying to do what you did, bro."
Yeah, bro. Every time he's like, "You want to be like this?" I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Well, because I didn't.
want to be
I
like
looked at
all
you.
of that.
Well, because you would say it, but obviously, like every man makes mistakes. But to me, I never looked at you that way. I was always like, I'm just gonna do exactly what Jared did.
No, I mean anybody. When you're a kid and you're looking up to somebody that's not that much older than you,
Yeah.
but they're old enough to seem like they're larger than life, they're not doing anything wrong. Everything is cool. They're smoking is cool. They're drinking is cool. The fucking getting in trouble is cool. The dropping out of school is cool. And then sooner or later you realize you're like, my brother's kind of a fucking idiot.
But I just remember he just came home and he had like Jordan 4s on and like a gold chain and shit and like had a car. He's like, "You won't be like this?"
And you're like,
and I was like,
kind of looks cool.
"Yeah."
Well, because we would,
I was
we would,
like, "Fuck yeah."
we would
He
tell
was
mom.
like,
No,
"Teach
we
me."
would tell mom. I was like, "I want Tommy jeans," and mom was like, "Nah." And then she would come back with like used like
Marshall pants.
Echo pants, and I was like, "Oh, fuck this shit." Like no one wears Echo. I mean, people were wearing Echo, but like I was just like, even then she'd be like, "No, these are like tight."
The only time
They're like Levi Strausses that were used. Like I was like, I don't know.
I remember
Love me some
the
Levi's.
only time mom
no, Levi's are good.
the only time mom ever went crazy for me is I told her one summer I was like, I don't really want to dress like how I dress anymore. I was like, I want to just like dress like a more fitted style.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my god." She was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I need like a couple polos and some like nice jeans and like nice like boat shoes."
Oh,
and
she
stuff."
must have been so happy.
And she was like, "I'll take you right now."
Yeah.
She was like,
What, she was happy that you were trying to switch up your shit.
yeah, because like Mike was wearing like fucking like
Baggy
Africa
shit.
beads and like Puerto Rican bead necklaces
Yeah.
and do rags and shit.
Mom was like, way
I was
too
just like,
Puerto
"Yeah,
Rican.
I gotta put the do rag on the shelf, man."
Way
Like,
too Puerto Rican. We can't have it.
I was like, "I can't," and she was like, she took me on a huge like white shopping spree.
Yeah, well, you started hanging out with a bunch of white kids as well.
Oh, yeah.
that was
Trying
another
to blend-
that was
trying to
another
blend
thing.
in.
I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to get like profiled when I go in their house."
You turned it because there was that because then you turned into like you because I hate saying that about our school because our school was not your typical like there were different crowds, but it wasn't like super like the frats and it wasn't like that. We weren't even like everyone was cool in the school. Obviously, kids got picked on here and there, but it wasn't like your typical movie because you know how some big schools are like that. Like there are a lot of big high schools, where it's like that. It goes down like that.
of course.
Like really,
Like at our
this
school,
town was so small, you get in trouble for that.
Yeah,
shit.
like at our school, like someone on the football team could date like that weird goth chick with fat tits, and it wouldn't be weird.
Yeah,
Nobody-
no one would
nobody
care.
cared.
Yeah, it would
You
be
know?
like, yeah, she's kind of. No, I get like every like. It,
She's
I
like,
don't know.
she's
It
got
was-
fat tits, bro. Like
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you didn't
Yeah.
have to like date like the popular girl if you were the popular guy. And
Well, it's
vice
always been a
versa.
very liberal town. So you were just around.
You
just had to accept everybody.
You want to be like this?
You want to be like this?
You want to be like me? It's like, yeah, man,
right
now.
Yeah.
I kind of do.
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Well, what was like? I mean, because Jared you had a way different experience in high school. Like you went to
Roosevelt.
You went to Sacred Heart, then Roosevelt, and Roosevelt was just like fucking like the only way I could ever think about Roosevelt is I think about that movie with Morgan Freeman where he's the principal. Lean on me.
It was pretty fucking bad.
I remember Jared. Didn't you get saved by a? Jared got saved by a gang called the Arabian Night Posse.
Yeah, AKP.
Yeah.
So
and their leader was his name was Batman.
He was one of them. Yeah, it was a dude named Batman Sam.
He saved Jared's
life.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I got looked out for a couple times. A couple of times it was the athletes because they knew Dad.
Like Jimmy K.
Like Jimmy, Mike Mackey, a couple of the dudes that played ball that all knew Dad were like, all right, we got you. Honestly, man, it was really it was my first introduction at that point, at that age, to like rival block shit. So if you were from over here, if School Street was from Riverdale and this one was beefing with that one. And I was like, at some point, I was just like, holy shit, none of my friends go to school here, right? They all go to different schools.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on my own. But I made friends pretty quickly. But I would hang out with all the Arabic kids because I looked Arabic. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could blend in. But it was a tough school, bro. Like it was, you didn't really want to get into it with anybody that was like, tougher than you there because you knew that you were just gonna have to deal with it every fucking day. You know what I mean? And they were just always.
So why'd you go to that school? Did you get because you got kicked out of Hastings, right? Because they hired a private investigator and followed you guys home.
Hastings was a residential thing.
What
and then
how weird is that? Is they hired a grown man to follow you home?
Yeah, that was weird. And then it's definitely weird. And Kiana and I both went to Sacred Heart. Kiana got her diploma from Sacred Heart.
Yeah,
because she was a senior or junior when she went there. I went for 9th grade, but my grades were terrible, and I was also hanging out with a bunch of dudes that they just didn't like that I was kicking it with there. They would show up to the school and shit because Gorton was right around the corner.
Yeah, right. I went to summer school at Sacred Heart.
Yeah, and there you go. And then fucking, I think I did like a day or two at Lincoln, and then Gorton didn't really want me in there. Saunders definitely didn't want me in there, and I ended up at Roosevelt because DiMatteo was there too, and he told Dad, he's like, I'll keep an eye on him. And that was it, man. And it was just like, I think like the first week there, then my boy Wayne got stabbed and shit. Like, yo, I was like, oh shit. And I told Dad, I was like, bro, I'm going to get fucking killed in this school.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, dude, just mind your business. You're good. And I got away with it. You know what I mean? Like, but it was when my friends would come up there from other schools and beef with these dudes. And then I would be stuck there. And I'm like, yo, there were plenty of days where I went to school like straight to class and then fucking hopped in my whip and got the fuck out of there because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get fucking, I'm going to get jumped today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, just because they didn't like the people that I fucked with, but I found my way through it. I made it.
Shout out to the Arabian Night Posse.
Dude, AKP held it down. That's it.
Dude. And you went to school with...
I'm still good with some of those dudes.
You went to school with
Jason Serbone.
No.
I did go to school with Jay Serbone at
the rapper that was a part of D Block. What the hell is
J Hood.
J Hood, yeah.
J Hood.
And you said you used to just see him.
Yeah, he was a bit of a knucklehead.
Yeah. But you said you used to see him like spitting in the hallway and shit too, right? Rapping and shit.
No, I remember seeing that a lot. Yeah.
Weren't you in the Zulu Nation?
I was. Chapter 22.
Yeah.
I remember Jared came home with like all these patches, like for like jackets.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? He was like, oh, it's the Zulu Nation.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So at the time when I joined up with that, see, the Zulu Nation was actually.
Hey, what you want now?
Apparently that dude's a weirdo.
Yeah, good thing you got out of there because he would have played with your butt.
Yeah, Africa Bambaataa. So.
Do what you want now.
So really what it was like, so it was definitely a hip hop rooted in, kind of thing. It was almost in a way like a movement similar to like 5%ers and Muslims where it was very positive. And then I started noticing things about it that I wasn't really thrilled about. And there was violence involved with it. But the chapter leader of my chapter in Yonkers, was actually a really smart dude. It was a dude named Danny Salgado, who was a really good athlete, a track and field guy in Yonkers. Dad knew him. And then, but we used to have to show him that we were not skipping out on school. We would have to show homework. He would actually give us homework and studies and things on like where we were from, our history, culturally, and all this other shit. So part of it was positive. There were just other chapters that were more on some rebel security shit, and then they started getting into trouble. And I think I rocked with them for a few years.
Do what you want now, babe.
Yeah, yeah, it was fucking hip hop icons.
But I like that they accepted but it was mostly like you said, it was Black, Hispanic,
yeah.
and then
You had to fill out applications and go through meetings in order to be part of it.
Wasn't Ben in it too?
I don't think so.
No, they
I
didn't
don't
let
think
white
so.
people in.
No, they did.
they
you
probably
could be
did. If
white
you wanted to
in Zulu
learn,
Nation.
I think it was like if you wanted to really learn,
Yeah.
then you could have. That's why,
Tribe
because I
Called-
remember hearing about it. I was like, it's
what a
not all
weird
like
life.
that.
Yeah,
It was just,
Tribe
there were
Called-
people giving it a bad name.
Tribe Called Quest was they were members of Zulu Nation. My name is Five Dog from the Zulu Nation.
Yeah.
Like, so you were from different chapters. And it didn't really get messy until everybody started getting on that rowdy shit and and started beefing and all. But the problem is that if you beefed with a Zulu, like you would go out to your chapter leader and they would call other chapter leaders and 150 people would show up to hold you down. Like they would be like, and they would show up at schools and stuff like that. It was definitely similar to like the way that you would see like the Muslim movement,
like
Nation of Islam, and all of that, like an American,
There's that
experience
is
in
an influence there, and they
Yeah.
probably they're either a part of it growing up too, or they know how it goes, or they get somebody who knows how to organize.
And we were
because
neutral.
That's what it is. It's-
You didn't really beef with like Nietas or the Kings or Familia. You didn't really beef with any of them because we were more of like a neutral kind of like peaceful kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like I met amazing people that were artists, graffiti artists, hip hop artists, like salsa dancers, like because it was just a cultural melting pot.
And when you're a kid, like me and Danny were like, oh, he's like rocking necklaces and stuff. We were like, what does it mean? Like, because we didn't know. And then you would hear like, we would probably sneak in on mom and dad talking. They'd be like, he's part of like something. And like dad's like an older white dude. Like he doesn't get it at first. You know what I mean? So we would just be like, oh yeah, like Jared's like doing this. So I didn't know at first either. But then I remember like years later, way after you read it, I like looked up and I was like, oh, this is like mad positive and shit. Has nothing to do with like what we thought it was when we were kids.
I remember one time we were driving down Warburton. He's and Chic Luch was at a gas station.
Yeah, the D Block gas station.
And Jared was like, yo, like, go out of the sunroof and say, I'm only trying to cop those colossal sized Picassos.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah,
no, so I remember
Straight trying to cop those.
I remember when I go out.
No, we
I
both
go out,
we both went out of the roof.
Yeah,
Like,
and he finished it. He like kept rapping the. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's like, what's up, little man? What's up, little man?
Yeah, Luch.
He's like, what you doing outside?
we were in
He's like,
Jared's.
what you doing outside, little man?
We were in Jared's friend's Juan's car. We were coming home because I remember he wanted me and Danny to come over and he wanted to play Street Fighter. And it was like
whipped his
playing
ass.
Street Fighter 2
Rest
or
in
something
peace.
like that.
Rest in peace.
Or was it Street Fighter 2? No, it might have been after that.
It was Alpha.
Because what was the period?
Alpha
There,
2 or 3.
dude, there was the period where if you beat Jared, and we've talked about this already before, but if you beat Jared in the game, he'd beat the shit out of you in real life.
Alpha 3.
To remind you that you had
It was
no
only
strength.
it was only Madden that I ever got mad at you guys about.
No, it was. There was one time we were getting ready to move, and I had made the mistake of like fucking pointing at you and being like, like you suck. I said something like that, and I was like, oh, you were like, oh yeah, where'd I suck? Really quick, and then like got up and walked away.
I used to beat the fucking shit out of him in Madden.
In Madden, dude, Madden was crazy at one point.
Jared, I remember Jared would play when Resident Evil 2 came out. That was a big game for him.
That was a great game.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 2
And
was a
then
great game.
He used to play the old NBA Lives, that NBA Live 98, 99, 2000.
Tim Hardaway on the cover.
Tim Hardaway,
Yeah.
Tim Duncan on the cover.
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, those were like the games that he played. And then after that, it was like not really a lot of video games, but every once in a while you would come home and Jared would be playing video games, and I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Like he's playing video
Well,
games.
he had Intelligent Cube. That was the first time we ever seen that game, and that
a
game is like
lot of
not a lot of people know that game. And I came home
game's
one day.
amazing.
I came home one day so happy to play it, and fucking Valentino destroyed it.
Oh, he chewed it up.
Yeah, it was in like a million pieces, and I was like, "Yo, this dog is gangster,
Fucking dog.
dude." He destroyed it, and then I remember just always coming home because we had it there, and I was like, "Yo, Jared's got a PlayStation shit." I was like, "What the fuck?" Because we thought when you're a kid, we played Nintendo and SNES, and we were like, "Oh yeah, this is cool," but like, we went the first real adult game I ever played. Jared's like, yo, I'm going to the billiards. I'm gonna shoot pool, but I'm taking you with me because I'm babysitting. And I was just like, yeah, let's go. And I didn't know what billiards was.
It just smelled like Marlboro Lights and cognac in there.
And we were like in there. Jared's like, I'm gonna go school these old dudes. You just here's a few coins. And then I played Mortal Kombat for the first time, and my mind was blown. I was like, oh my god, there's so much fucking blood.
It's crazy that video games were that expensive back then.
Yeah, it was always a quarter.
Yeah.
It was always a quarter to play.
Like, no, I'm talking about like the actual cartridges were like 50.
They were still like 50 bones.
Was it that much for you?
Yeah, we were looking it up one day. It was like Mortal Kombat 2 was like $50.
Yeah, I remember paying $45, $50 for games and being like, what the fuck am I doing? It was all CDs at the time.
Jared did the best Christmas thing. So what Jared would do is he would wait for us to like get all of our money and then like give us like $20 to add on to our money, and then he would take us to Dragon's Den, which was a video game store the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, let's go to Dragon's
Cross
Den.
County.
Yeah. Cross County.
It's like a Chipotle now.
Yeah, I remember we went in there one time.
Like an AT&T store.
It's like it's the saddest thing. Like
we went in there and there was like a Magic the Gathering tournament.
The Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that. Oh, dude, they used to geek out.
Jared was like, yo, like, he's like, yo, like, this is kind of crazy. And I was like, what? He was like, all these kids are playing Dungeons and Dragons. And he was like, I used to play that like when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it was big in the 80s.
Did you
it was
ever
like it was the original version of like Pokemon kind of.
Did you ever go like,
or playing like an RPG?
Dive deep into Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
You only played it a little bit, right?
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with it. It was too complicated for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
It was like playing Final Fantasy like in your living room.
It was the first RPG. It was the first RPG before like
there was like
video
100 people in there playing D&D, and Jared was like, "Yo, let's just be quick, dude."
Yeah.
Like, it's just like this is fucking nerd overload.
Yeah, no, it'd be funny though if someone was like, is that the level 373?
Yeah.
Paladin, Jared Vorhan, and Jared's like, dude, hurry up, buddy.
Excuse me.
For someone.
Are you Lord Vorhan?
Are you Lord Jared Vorhan?
Fetch my
Guys,
steed.
don't talk to me right now.
That's my steed.
Jared's actually like a notoriously well-known like paladin, fucking lord in like Dungeons
In my
and
realm.
Yeah, in Jared's realm.
Gatekeeper of my realm.
Oh,
That Dragon's Den was sick though,
Yeah, it
because they had the pogs and everything like that
Bro,
too.
relatively recently, I've been introduced to this guy called LoPriore God.
Yeah, I know LoPriore God.
And let me tell you something. It's probably some of the most entertaining shit on the internet.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
He's just like this salty, like black dude.
He's just
He's just
a big
fuck
boy. And one of my friends is actually like good friends with him, which I didn't know.
Bro, when you see some of these videos that I send you, he'll just be like, "Yo, you suck." He's like, "I'll suck your fucking mom's clit, you fucking incel." Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, the shit he says is so fucking funny, bro.
It's like I thought it was a character. I thought it was a
character too. I didn't realize.
not.
Like,
It's just him.
I've seen him in viral videos.
Yeah, he was on a stream with T-Pain recently. Like T-Pain didn't know who he was.
Oh,
but,
was he?
I think he might. Yeah.
I think I've watched like 3 days full of fucking LoPriore God videos.
Yeah. He's
That's
like
so funny.
There's an old video where he was in the Street Fighter. So there's a scene for Street Fighter players, but it's mostly like It's like black, Hispanic. There's white in there too, but it's like Asian. It's a lot of different people that play in those leagues, and the tournaments are live streamed sometimes, and they just have. It's the same thing as like backyard wrestling. Like it's just people running their own shows. Yeah, and like they go to like little conventions, but the fact that it's like it's more fun, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of other nerdy tournaments that are just not as good. Yeah. This is like kids that we grew up with. Like, oh shit, this motherfucker's mad crazy, son. Yeah. Like pulling out the fucking stuff. These guys, like they all from Jersey. It's like tri-state too. Like it's all over. But like those New York kids I used to love watching on Twitch. But this guy was in the scene a long time ago, and he's still kind of a thing. But he was beefing with like this nerdy, like smelly looking like
Viscant is his name?
Yeah, this guy named Viscant. Like this nasty, like they are all decent players. I don't think they were like top tier.
Yeah.
But this skinny little nerd kid, and he was just talking shit about the kid, and
like
they
finally met a virgin and shit.
Yeah,
like
call him like a virgin. Because LoPriore God's like a built like fuckboy dude.
Sleepers for babies.
Yeah. So it's like kind of like a little bit like that.
Gamers game
like
on
dude
that.
looked like a vampire, like no fucking color to his, just like he's dying. But he would talk shit, and he beat this. The nerdy guy beat the fuckboy dude.
Okay.
And at the end of it, the nerd, like, after they get done, they always just, like, wrap up their sticks, like the fucking portable, like, fucking arcades.
They're like D-pad, but like the big one.
Yeah, and he goes, and they interview them at the end, and the nerd just goes, you know, you were talking a lot of shit, man. Like, fucking, like, I'll send you the video, too. And he goes, he's like, it's going to be really hard for you to keep my fucking name out of, like, my dick out of your mouth, man. Like, because this kid's like a nerd, and he never says anything. He never says anything, and he just, like, suns the dude, and everyone goes, after beating him in the game, and it's just the funniest, like, nerd redemption moment. And that's what this guy's known for, and then I guess he's, like, still around, but now he does his own shit where he just goes online and just, like, shits on all of his viewers and calls them, like, fucking, like, F-bombs and shit.
Yeah. Low
like,
tier God.
Like, people will be like, yo, you suck. You'd be like, I suck. Get fucking banned, bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, ban that fucker for 2 weeks.
Yeah, everything is like, you've never even seen
a
a vagina talk, and, like, bans him from the chat.
Yeah, he's like, but it'll say, like, weird shit. It'll be like, yeah, just be like, oh, I suck. She's like, oh, I sucked your mom's creamy pussy last night.
Yeah. He says
Ruthless shit. He'd be like, get that ass banned, bitch.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, but you've never licked butter off a girl's nipples, right? Have you? Now get off my fucking chat. Like,
he's like,
so weird.
He's like, you fucking sexless cock.
What is what's the
like, you fucking sexless
what's
cuck.
the platform that everybody goes to after they get canceled?
Kick
or Rumble. Rumble's
right?
like more like Andrew Tate stuff.
Gotcha.
But like worse than Andrew. It's
So
like it's where his followers.
So how come that's okay? How come they have those?
It's who's running it. It
doesn't. They have
Gotcha.
like more freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is their selling point.
Also, Kick is ran by like Stake, which is an Australian, like they're like a
Gambling
company.
Do you need a subscription to?
You could do all that there, but like, there's a couple of people. Like, one of my friends is a pretty good streamer.
It's a lot of young streamers.
I mean, we're cool. I wouldn't say we're friends, but like,
it's like cloud shit.
This kid Los Pollos.
Yeah.
He got like a Kick deal, so like I think they pay him like a contract.
Gotcha.
These kids are getting money out here, dude.
Yeah,
they're getting a lot of money. There are like some of them are rich. Most of them are richer than rappers.
Like ridiculously rich. Yeah. For like playing video games.
Well, that's because
that's why what happens.
Sponsors, sponsorships.
Yeah. Did you see the kid Joe Button? You know Kai Cenat?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's like it's weird though that I say that to you. It's like yeah, of course. Yeah. But no one knew who streamers were like 6 years ago.
I mean, he's probably top 3 most popular streamers.
Yeah, he's the most paid. He has the record for the most subs ever. And the reason it was wild that it was a young black kid is because it was on Twitch. It was always popular white streamers.
Yeah.
A lot of black streamers like just played 2K. That's like where they got in.
Yeah, there was like a cultural difference.
And honestly, like his one thing is. He's dumb, but he's not as dumb as the Aiden Ross kid that he's friends with, the kid on Kick. Mm-hmm. But like Kai, I like because like you could tell there's something actually good about him, but he's a young dude, so he's got to do hype shit.
Yeah.
But you could tell like during the fuckhead shit that he pulled, where he had kids for the free PS5 in the city, he was like helping a girl. Yeah, like you could tell like he's into himself, but. There's something about him I could tell like he's just doing it because he's a young kid and it's a moment thing. So I don't want to hate on him completely. Yeah. But like the other kids are fucking weirdos. Like
that neon kid, I hate that kid.
Yeah, that kid is a fucking
skinny twerpy
kid.
Yeah,
like I think he's I don't know what is he like. What is he?
I don't know what he is.
Yeah, it looks like
you want to know what it is? It's like it's some of these personalities like
entertaining, bro.
Like
it's for kids.
If they died, like I wouldn't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a shit.
Like it's getting to the realm of like if he died, I'd be like. Whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't even
because it's just like I don't know. You're starting to get like
he's like dating that like OnlyFans chick who's constantly getting into like beefs with other like trolls and shit.
Like, but she like
hands on people and shit.
But it's like the weirdest thing. Like they didn't have like I don't know. It's really really weird. And but like Kick pays rappers to hang out with like the Ruby Rose hung out with him for like. A few streams.
Yeah. Well, Kai Cenat has fucking.
So they're like, how are they just getting them on? And I'm like, they're paying them to come on stream. It's the most obvious thing.
I was on Twitch one night and he came up recommended Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat. Yeah. And I clicked on it. Fucking Nicki Minaj was there.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I'm saying.
I was like what the fuck?
And like enthusiastically there.
I love that. I love that fucking Playboy Cardi though robbed Aiden Ross and $2 million.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, because they're paying them to come on there. Nikki was on there to promote her album, and she low key suns them the whole time that she's on there.
Yeah.
She was like, popping her ass and having fun with them, but like she's like also just like, they look at it as like streamer kid, but like not all of them, but you could tell. But these kids are making they're making buku dollars.
It's crazy money.
So, but Aiden Ross was, he could tell he paid to have Cardi on. Cardi got on, and Cardi's a weird dude.
Yeah.
Really weird to himself guy. Or maybe he just doesn't fuck with people. I don't know.
So, he had
but
a bag full of $2 million.
Yeah.
And he came there after the Grammys, Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
Came there after the Grammys. Aiden gave him the fucking bag of money, and like 3 minutes later he left.
No shit.
Yeah, and didn't answer anything. He was like, "So what was your favorite thing like as a kid, like growing up and stuff?" And Playboy Cardi was like, "Nah." Like just went like that. Like didn't answer him. Just sunned him the whole time. And
like, can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
And then he like gave him a hug and just left with $2 million.
Yeah, left him with like $2 million. And then 21 Savage was on there, and 21 Savage and his boy tried cheating in
like
cards.
card game.
Yeah, did you see that too?
I saw
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Which is because it's all over the internet now, but it's like you're seeing these younger kids with I think what is 21 Savage like 28?
Yeah,
27?
He's
21.
He's relatively
21.
21.
But
20.
it's a weird, I don't know, it's a really weird world. But I would say Kick is that place. Now I'm not going to speak for everyone on Kick. There's probably streamers on Kick that there's definitely streamers on Kick that aren't like all like that. It's just that's what's sitting
It's
at
just
the
a hot
forefront.
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You can curse on Twitch still?
you could say fuck. We mean say
Michael
fuck.
cusses up a storm.
Yeah,
on
it's-
fucking
yeah,
Twitch,
and it's fine, right?
Yeah, you can like, I mean, you can't go around saying like they say like F bombs and shit on Kick. Like you can't do any of that on like Twitch. You'll get fucking ended for that.
What about ours? Can you say
You
ours?
can't. I mean, yeah, you can. There are top streamers that still say like Asmund Gold is like the World of Warcraft guy. Like, and his whole argument was just saying like it's like just a word, get over it. Like you are words. Like he said it like anyway.
Got it.
He's like the Warcraft guy, but like yeah, like you could say certain stuff, but if it's like hate, anything like hate speech or slurs,
can't be motivated
right?
by
But
anything.
but obviously if you're like you're black or you're Spanish, you could say what because a white CEO is not going to tell a black person what they can say about you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of like saying whatever you want, did you guys see Monique on Club Shay Shay?
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah.
Monique was going in too.
Really?
It's so
Yeah.
weird how Shannon Sharp is like
Just
immersing
become
himself.
that guy.
He's immersing himself in comedy, which I love as comedians because you get to hear like all these people like do this whole thing. But he's starting so much fucking beef. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
does
I mean?
he-
For
does he
someone to not
instigate
be
it, though?
yeah, he has people on the show.
And it's not even about but I know where Jared's going with that question because they don't have to answer shit like that, and they do answer. They do be answering. They do be answering at a left field.
But he
does.
asking
He
questions?
does set up though. Like,
Oh, he does. Okay.
He does.
So-
yeah, that's why Mike Epps was mad at him recently.
So somebody-
or made jokes about
So
him.
somebody obviously is creating questions for Shannon Sharp to ask because Shannon Sharp doesn't know any of this shit.
Yeah, like
also-
Corey Holcomb just fucking got at him too.
You know what I mean?
See, this is the craziest thing about
He's become a bit of a troll, Shannon Sharp, recently.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
But
a little bit. Yeah.
listen, I've been in stand up for 2 years plus now. I'm starting to see the shady side of this business.
Wouldn't doubt that it takes that
there's
long
a
to
lot,
even say it. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do a lot of talking
Yeah.
about a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I'm so happy that I'm not in these like clubs every night
Yeah.
because
You'd lose your shit.
it's bad for your health.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like I'm about to do 22 cities in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So 22 cities in 2 months, I'm gonna be on the road a good amount.
Yeah.
And then you travel all these cities, and I get to do the clubs and get in and get out, have fun. But man, there's some nights where I go to these open mics, bro, or like I go to these smaller clubs, and it's
bad. You're also not that young starry-eyed kid who's like, man, I got to meet all these comics and stuff, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's how a lot of comics start out. They're like, oh man, there's my hero and shit. Like you're just doing you've already been a part of the scene before you started doing it, and you're already known probably more more than the you're probably well more like you're in a high percentage of people that are known, I would imagine, for comedians.
Yeah,
because
like if I
the regular guys, no one know. Like the guys that are just going up, they don't have a following. No one really knows.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things where like you just hear a lot of people like you'll be cool with two people who fucking hate each other.
Right.
And it's like,
And you're like,
comedy
just,
shit.
what the fuck's wrong? Like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Stuck in the middle.
And you guys know me, I'm good on all that shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
all right,
wanna be a
guys,
part of
peace.
it.
I was
Yeah.
like, you guys can fucking fight each other. I'm going home.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, also, I feel like that scene has kind of changed because it's really more universal very early, I think, for comedians. Whereas like growing up or coming up as a comedian back in the day, it's like you played the same places, the same shows around the same comedians, where it's just like, you know how long it would probably take somebody to get to the level of success that you have right now?
Long time.
Years ago, like,
Yeah.
and it's not to discredit you, like you earned it,
Yeah,
but because
way
of
easier to
your
make money,
ability,
yeah.
your ability to advertise your career or network your career or get people, you know, to follow is like it's way easier now. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
we were talking about it yesterday, from selling, you know, demos and mixtapes out of your trunk to being like, I'm just gonna press send and upload this shit, and the whole world's gonna see it.
Like tomorrow, I'll probably make 5 songs tomorrow.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'll make 5 songs.
And that part's that's a genuine hard working part of it.
yeah, but
that part
also,
hasn't changed.
But also, like, I don't have to go outside and be like, yo, listen to my song.
And you don't have to ask anybody to fucking promote it for you.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you're your own PR, you're your own manager when it comes to social media and content, that you're like, I record it, I press send, and then the world sees it.
Yeah, and I
You know
think
what I mean?
people have to understand when you do stand-up comedy and you're not well established, but like you're established.
Yeah.
Like I remember talking to all these comics, and I'm just being like, "Oh yeah, like what if like the show doesn't sell?" He's like, "Bro, you're not gonna sell at every show.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go to towns where there's
that
30
doesn't
people."
surprise me to hear that. Yeah.
Like, and for me, I was like, at first I was afraid of that, but I was like, yeah, I'll go to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And if there's 30 people, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have
And it's
fun.
also a
And-
good
yeah.
opportunity to try new content.
Yeah.
Because if you only upset 30 viewers, then you could live with that.
Oh yeah,
And
I can say
it's
whatever the
good. It's
fuck I
good
want.
that you expect a lot of yourself, but you also shouldn't, because if you do that too much, then you're let down. But you're already at the point, I already know now mentally, where you're like, I'm just gonna go have a fucking show
it's
and
a very
crush
Yeah,
it.
different.
dude, I'm gonna
That's
go.
it.
Dude,
Just
on,
have a
on
good
Thursday,
have a good experience.
Thursday is gonna be like 300 people there.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna be vibing.
I'm glad that
We're
I'm
just
gonna be in
be
town for
fucking
it. Yeah.
Vibing hard.
Yeah.
In the crowd, singing with people.
Yeah, let's have a
having
good time.
Having fun.
Let's have a good
But
time.
we should wrap this up because it's gonna snow and
Yeah,
Jared
I
has to
got-
drive
I
me
gotta-
home.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to move so much shit
Yeah.
too. Well, not so much,
No,
shit, but a good amount of shit.
It might be raining right now, so we got to check
yeah.
to see if you want to move that.
Okay.
So, Mike, where can they find you on the internet, buddy?
Michael LoPriore or Michael _LoPriore or LoPriore Mike on X.
And twitch.tv/Michael_LoPriore,
Big
right?
deal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, Jack, where can they find you on the internet? Probably right here.
Yeah,
taking
I'm on the
shit.
couch.
And Jared, you can find Jared at...
Jared LoPriore on Instagram.
You can find me at Daniel LoPriore everywhere. And yes, I know, guys, I have all these shows. I'm waiting for the ticket links to be made, but I have all the dates. The tickets aren't on sale yet. I'm waiting for them to come out, but I will announce the dates as soon as possible. You know what I mean? Like there's so many. There's so many, dude.
So many.
Austin, Texas, March 12th. Dallas, Texas, March 13th. Houston, Texas, March 14th. Fucking mad shit. Chicago, March 28th. Where else am I? Fucking dude, I'm everywhere. Cleveland, Ohio, April 9th. Buffalo, New York, April 10th. Pittsburgh, April 11th. Tax day. April 23rd, Portland. April 24th, Seattle. Denver, Colorado, May 6th. St. Louis, Missouri, May 7th. Kansas City.
St. Louis, May.
Kansas City, Missouri, May
May
8th. Atlanta, Georgia, ATL, May 14th. Tampa, Florida, May 15th. Jesus.
I should see if Nando, who's T-Pain's artist, would fucking like open up for you and do a song for you or something.
Tell him he's more than welcome.
You said St. Louis, right?
Yeah, St. Louis.
St. Louis.
I'm all
Have you
over.
ever been to St. Louis?
No, never been.
It's like the most dangerous city in America.
Is it still?
Yeah, it's
Does
been
it have
there
like
forever.
the title for like a million years?
Yeah, that and like
So,
parts of
you know where
Chicago,
else is really
Cleveland.
bad apparently, and no one ever talks about it? But fucking Myrtle Beach. Apparently, people die there all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like apparently there's like biker gangs there, but also it's
yeah,
like
there's bike
people
week.
visiting,
Well, they have bike week
people
down there.
visiting, and getting hammered and shit.
Just
And
die.
doing all
Just
sorts.
murder
But
rate
I remember
just goes
seeing.
up.
I was like looking for all these places like you don't know, and it's like Myrtle Beach. Because I always think about like that. What was that show? Before we go.
Down.
No, the show where they're like Ganglands. Was that what it
Oh,
was?
yeah, Ganglands.
When they were like Marcus Johnson, aka Pookie Pook Pooks,
Yeah.
was known for 38 murders.
Pookie poop poop.
They found him on Myrtle Beach on a jet ski.
aka Pookie
I
Johnson.
love watching that.
But all right,
shit.
guys,
that show's
we will see you next week. We are out of here.
There you go.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.
Last
I
episode.
have to do an ad. Hey guys, let's get into the ads. This episode is brought to you by our friends over at BetterHelp. Love the homies at BetterHelp. Everybody knows 2020. I had no place to go, as did everybody else, and mental health was struggling. And I looked up BetterHelp, and I signed up, and I have not looked back. And it's 2024. A great thing about BetterHelp too is I do it solo, but I also do it with my wife. So it's nice. I get to do some sessions with my wife. And, a common misconception about relationships is that they have to be easy to be right. That's not true. Relationships are hard. They're going to be hard at times, sometimes harder than others. And that's just how it is. It's teamwork. It's a team effort for everyone to work together. So, for me and my wife, we like to have therapy sessions to keep our relationship going in the right direction. So that's what we also use BetterHelp for. BetterHelp has something for everybody. If you're a shy guy and you don't want to be on camera with someone, you don't have to be. They also have a lot of licensed therapists. So if you don't really mess with one of them and you're like, I don't really like this guy, you could switch.
I'll get another one.
You get another one. You fill out a brief questionnaire about your preferences, and they try to match you with the best licensed therapist on their site. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. There's nothing wrong with that. Do not give up. Always try to find another therapist that works right for you. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. And that's another hard thing. People have a lot going on in their lives, and it's hard for them to actually get up and get out and get an off. It's a big deal. So just fill out that brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists, like I said, at any time for no additional charge. And listen, become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. And this is what you do. You go to betterhelp.com/lops today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/lops, LOPS, to get 10% off your first month. Shout out to BetterHelp. And let me tell you something. Tell them Danny sent you. All right? I love you guys. Let's get back to the show.